Amazing news! At Titans Debate League is now looking for interns. We are expanding our team and seeking driven individuals who are ready to make an impact. We're on the hunt for talented people to join our marketing team, a charismatic new host, and creative minds who can produce amazing content. If you have a positive attitude and are used to winning, because that's what we do here, then we want to hear from you. Join us and contribute to a culture of excellence and success here at Titans Debate League. Email us today, titansdebateleague@gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Where Infinity Gauntlet is a mere toy compared to the intellectual prowess build and destroy the cipher. Intellectual sword to slice you, or whatever device you recommend. Surgical precise pen, hand get heated, the room will spin. If man get treated, them goals gon' spin. Level heads with feet, paradigm the box you in. Got a pair of red dimes in the box you in. Don't matter paradigm, paradigms, your clock won't spin. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Tigers. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we storming. It's the clash of the Titans. Hear the sounds of the trumpets, start the rounds in the gauntlet. Get down or lay down when we storming. It's the clash of the Titans. It's the clash of the Titans.
Better days, I pray for better days. Working hard cause I want extra pay. Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Cause it's your ways that they gon' imitate. Now I'm violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went to college. Frown proudly. Cause where I'm from, they hate you when you smiling. Your face should be your gun. You can't leave home without it. The children being grown cause all the parents acting childish. You show them your reality, I bet they doubt it. You tell them all about your dreams just when they out it. Your own blood, ain't no family no more. You do you badly for show. You try to patch up your soul, Lord knows you on a mission to show him you so submissive. The prayer said in silence, you know the devil can hear him, pay attention. Know the war's within, how much time do you spend? Try to balance your zen, then again, losses is lessons. You tell me you trying to win. We know about saving money. You tell me you trying to spend that blood on it. Sweat tears, you put that love on it. Your best years was just a dumb moment. You tired of going hungry. Can't deal with fake making your life lonely. Your lack of faith that left your soul bony. But you gon' work and you gon' strive. Do what it takes to survive. What is truth? What is a lie? You know that war's inside. Some get draped into the fake. They don't know what to decide. Wrong choice, meet your demise. Keep that between you and I. You realize some people you gon' let go. You visualize the things you need to feed your soul is on the rise. They not gon' wanna let you go, but it's alright. It's cool to bury what's gon' grow. Went from wrong to the right and to the dark to the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. Gotta hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. From wrong to the right and to the dark from the light. It was a hell of a fight. You give it all your might. You just hold on tight and you stay strong and precise. You fight the war that's inside, cause it might change your life. I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me. Yeah, I ain't the person that I used to be. So what I do today ain't things that you used to see. Stay the same, no, things change usually. Some folk I may know might get reintroduced to me.
Yeah. Don't be stressing on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. going and keep your faith, so you can win this race. This race called life, yeah, yeah. This race called life. This race called life, yeah, yeah. Race called life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Grinding, girl, I know that I'm gon' get it. I just gotta have vision. Keep faith and be humble. Have some patience with it. I've been A1 since day one, and always on my job. I never been a fight, never had to steal and rob. Cause I do good business, I'm too good with it. And even though I'm on this road, I'm still daddy to my children. You know I do good with them, and don't like being missing. But I hate when my bills are thicker and my pockets get thinner. But I can't stress up on the dumb shit, cause God is gonna make a way. I keep going and keep my faith in my face, so I can win this race. Win this race called life. This race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. This race called life, yeah. Race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life, yeah.
Yes, yes, we are in here. Peace to the chat.
I won't come to last place in life, no.
In every era, there are contenders. In every generation, there are challengers. But once in a while, a force steps forward that doesn't ask for debate. She demands it. Who will debate Naphtali? One of the fiercest female Hebrews on the scene today. A strategist with scripture in one hand and logic in the other. She's been racking up victories coast to coast, panel to panel, platform to platform, leaving broken arguments and silent opponents in her wake. This isn't hype, this is a track record. She doesn't come to exchange talking points, she comes to conquer territory. Now she steps into the coliseum of arguments, where ideas collide, egos crack, and only the sharpest minds survive. No prisoners, no safe spaces, no intellectual shortcuts. This isn't pro wrestling, this is mental combat. Worldviews tested under pressure, claims weighed, not shouted, receipts required. So the question isn't if she's ready, the question is, who's ready for her? Who will debate Naphtali? Are you not entertained? Here we go. Y'all know why we here. Y'all know what we came to do. And y'all definitely know who y'all came to see. Tonight is not about theory. It's not about passion. And it's definitely not about posturing. Tonight, it's about the verdict. After a hard-fought, high-level clash between two heavyweights, Silky D, the head Berber in charge, undefeated, defending the North African origins, and Yahya Batu, championing the Bantu lineage and the deep genetic roots of the haplogroup AOO. The arguments have been made, the sources have been cited, the judges have reviewed the history, the genetics, and the methodology. The question on the floor was simple, but the implications were massive. Did the Berbers predate the Bantu haplogroup AOO? No interruptions, no rebuttals, no spin. Tonight, our judges step forward. We come with the official breakdowns and reasoning and crown the winner of this debate. So lock in, because history just went on trial and the verdict is about to be read. Yahya and Silky, how you feeling today, gentlemen?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great. Laid back. Waiting on these results. We've been waiting, so people been waiting. So we here for the results.
How you feeling today, Silky?
Oh man, yeah, I'm feeling very blessed. Yeah, man, I can't complain at all. I'm just waiting to spark this thing up.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. We have judge number one here right now. How you feeling today, judge number one?
I'm feeling good, brother. Good to be here.
How was your holidays, everybody? Get the formalities out the way. Everybody had a good holidays? Okay, great, great, great. What we're going to do is I'm going to bring up, should I bring up the official criterion again? Just so that way you gentlemen can see the scorecard and the criterion that you are being judged by. And so that way everybody's on the same page. Remove, add this to the stage. Here we go. This is the scorecard and the criterion. I had another scorecard that they actually keep score with, and points are taken away for cursing and ad hom attacks. And let's get right into judge number one and see what he has to say about these results. And yeah, I wanted to say time starts when you start, but go ahead, brother. You could break down your results now.
All right, I'm judge number one. Before going on, I want to greet you, A1, and the Titans Debate League, both debaters and the audience with peace, love, and respect. I want to applaud Silky D on the affirmative and Yaya on the negative for agreeing to tackle a technical and educational resolution. Do the Berbers predate the Bantu haplogroup A00? As I listened to the debate, I tuned my ear specifically to evaluate structure and content of their arguments, each side's adherence to the scope of the resolution. Because the affirmative resolution, the affirmative has the main burden to establish that Berber populations predate the...
Hold up, Ill Doctor. We're having some technical difficulties with you slightly with your audio. You were going in and you were going out. You were sound. Can you say something now so I can hear how you sound? Yeah, that sounds like I'm a robot right there. But it wasn't that bad before. Keep talking to me. Let's see what's going on. If you need to get in a better spot. I can't hear anything you're saying if you're speaking
3,
right now.
4,
5. I heard 3, 4. That's it.
Microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sounds great. That's perfect. I'm not sure how you're holding it or how far away you are. It is from your mouth, but that's perfect right there. If you could you start over? My apologies.
I will start over.
Thank you.
All right. I want to skip by my greeting of peace, love, and respect. That's universal. Again, I applaud Silky on the verb and the negative for tackling a technical and educational resolution. Do the Berbers predate the Bantu haplogroup A00? When I listened to the debate, I tuned my ear specifically to evaluate the structure and content of each argument and each side's adherence to the scope of the resolution. Because it's an affirmative resolution, the affirmative has the main burden to establish that Berber populations predate the Bantu haplogroup A00, or that Berbers can be shown to have genetic or chronological priority relative to haplogroup A00. This requires direct genetic evidence, clear timelines, and correct use of phylogenetic language. The negative's burden would be met if they could show that A00 predates Berber ethnogenesis, or that the affirmative failed to establish its own claim. The affirmative opening introduced 3 sets of evidence. The first focused on prehistoric North Africa and Morocco, citing archaeological sites, early Homo sapien fossils, and research suggesting a Pan-African emergence of modern humans. The material was scientifically legitimate, however, it doesn't establish the resolution. The evidence was archaeological and morphological, and those domains are adjacent to the resolution, rather than answering it. The fossils discussed can't be assigned Y-DNA haplogroups. The sex of those remains is largely indeterminate, and no genetic continuity was demonstrated between those individuals and modern Berber populations. The second set of evidence references back to Africa movements and dates around 22,000 years ago and is chronologically irrelevant to the haplogroup A00. The third set of evidence provided by the affirmative included language that strongly suggests the discovery of several early genetic lineages leads to Southern and Central African populations. Overall, the affirmative opening provided background material of early human presence in Africa, Pan-African evolution, and the distinction between archaeology and genetics as domains. But it remained adjacent to the resolution and didn't establish a pathway back toward the affirmative burden. The negative opening directly challenged whether the affirmative had established what it agreed to prove. The negative also introduced three key points: temporal evidence showing that haplogroup A00 diverged 300,000 and 200,000 years ago, a phylogenetic position, noting that A00 sits at or near the root of the Y chromosome tree, and DNA evidence from Cameroon confirming the presence of A00 in West Central Africa. The negative evidence in the opening directly engaged the resolution by arguing that haplogroup A00 predates Berber ethnogenesis. In the first extended round, the affirmative introduced material from the Mendez and El Haik disagreement on the dating methodology of haplogroup A00. However, the argumentation didn't clearly establish what conclusion the disagreement between those research teams was meant to support. At times, critiques of Mendez by El Haik was read as though it were findings, and Mendez's summary of El Haik's criticism was treated as independent evidence. The affirmative also argued that A00 was youngest without clarifying youngest relative to what and without connecting that claim to Berbers specifically. Most importantly, the affirmative did not establish an association between Berbers and haplogroup A00, while simultaneously disputing A00's antiquity in ways that were inconsistent across the slides presented. The negative maintained a consistent line of argument that regardless of disputes over exact dates, A00 is older than Berber populations and is deeply rooted in West Central Africa. In the second extended round, the affirmative relied heavily on unconventional definitions and mixed excerpts from multiple sources. During this round, the affirmative made several self-contradictory claims, including statements that A00 is the youngest haplogroup, A0 is the oldest, while simultaneously presenting material that stated A00 is the oldest haplogroup, not A0. The affirmative also used technical terms like root and basal imprecisely and suggested that populations, quote, started the root, end quote, which reflects a misunderstanding of phylogenetics. Most importantly, no clear affirmative genetic argument was presented showing that Berbers predate haplogroup A00. The negative used this round to clarify its existing structure, haplogroup A00 as an early branching lineage, its presence in West Central Africa, and the later emergence of Berber populations in North Africa. The negative didn't need to resolve every item introduced by the affirmative, and this was sufficient given that the affirmative's claims were internally inconsistent and unconnected to the resolution. Taken together, these extended rounds reinforced the negative's opening position and highlighted weaknesses, contradictions, and inconsistencies in the affirmative's use of sources. During the question and answer round, no new affirmative or negative evidence emerged that satisfied either burden. Unfortunately, both debaters abandoned argumentation in the Q&A round and in the closing minutes, shifting to personal attacks and insults. And I want to take a moment with a brief note about that conduct. Both debaters are capable of better conduct, and going forward, both should keep in mind that abandoning your own dignity in an effort to diminish the dignity of another debater is not a substitute for good argumentation. That conduct diminished the quality of the exchange, and it's also reflected proportionally in my scoring and evaluation of both debaters' performance. Primarily, my decision comes down to two simple questions. Did the affirmative meet the burden it accepted when it affirmed this resolution? And did the negative successfully negate the affirmative case? The affirmative did not establish that Berber populations predate haplogroup A00, nor did it consistently argue within the scope of the resolution. The affirmative engaged in frequent and extreme inappropriate conduct, language, and on-screen violent imagery. The negative stayed aligned with the resolution, argued that haplogroup A00 predates Berber ethnogenesis, and demonstrated consistently that the affirmative failed to meet its own burden. The negative also engaged in isolated, inappropriate conduct and language. On the resolution as stated, do the Berbers predate Bantu haplogroup A00? My decision goes to Yahya on the negative.
Oh, I'm muted. Okay. So you voted for Yahya. And did you get that scorecard over to me as well?
Yeah, I can send that over right now.
Yeah, if you could, just in case we need that. So we have one vote for Yahya. Let's pull up the second judge. And you're about to send the scorecards over now, just in case we have a tie and have to go to the numbers. And while you're doing that, whenever you need to check out, you can go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to pull up judge number 2. Appreciate you. Everybody give judge number 1 a round of applause. It's never an easy job judging these debates. You know, I take my hat off to you, gentlemen. So salute to you. Appreciate you again. There was a miscommunication the last 3 days between me and one of the judges. That's why this is a little late. But we got it here today. And while I'm pulling up judge number 2, let's go to a word from our sponsors.
These are not just speakers. These are thinkers, forged in fire. Warriors of words stepping into destiny. Welcome to the Coliseum of arguments, where logic clashes with conviction and ideas spill like blood in the sand. 16 titans, 16 minds, one path to immortality. They come seeking truth, they fight for redemption, they burn for revenge. Featuring the intellectual elite of the Titans Debate League. Every round a new war, every word a new weapon. Every titan ready to fall or rise in glory. This is not debate, this is combat. Step into the Coliseum of arguments. Only the brave speak here. Are you not entertained?
In every debate, there's power, passion, and purpose. Titans Debate League isn't just a podcast. It's a movement, a place where big ideas collide or heard. But to keep this arena alive, we need you in our corner. Your support through Cash App isn't just a donation. It's an investment in truth, in dialogue, and in community. Every dollar helps us bring sharper debates, stronger guests, and bigger opportunities for growth. And here's the best part. When you give, you're not just supporting us. You're standing tall as part of the Titan family. We see you, we value you, and we appreciate you. So if you've ever felt inspired, challenged, or entertained by what we do, show some love and send your support to $Titans Debate League at Cash Cash App today. Again, that's $ Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Together, let's keep this debate alive, keep the fire burning, and keep the Titans rising. Have a blessed day.
Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the Clash of the Tigers.
Hey, and while I get these judge number 2 results pulled up, let's get a word from you, gentlemen. Yeah, how do you feel about the judges' results? He voted you the winner, judge number 1.
What's up with it? Shout out to A1, man. I ain't forget to shout out to you when I first came on the panel. Shout out to the panel, Coliseum, Titan family.
Peace
I
to you.
appreciate y'all, man, for letting me come on the channel, man, and do these results. I don't know who the first judge was, but I appreciate the result. Yes, I do agree. I did result to attacking Silky D. You know what I mean? That's something I allowed my lower self into taking control of. So I got to learn how to control that lower state, you know what I mean, instead of trying to let it, all of it out when, a person get frustrated with another opponent. So I do accept the results, man. I thank you. Next time, man, it'll be much, 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 much better. So I appreciate that for sure.
No doubt. Silky D, how do you feel about judge number 1's summary and the results?
Mic check.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little lost right now on that, because he said I was cussing and using vulgar, I guess, a name calling and all that other stuff, and I don't recall me cussing not one single time that whole debate. And now that I think about it, I haven't cussed in like my last 4 or 5 debates.
Yeah, I pretty much thought you was like Will Smith with it too, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
So that's like astonishing for me to even hear that coming from a judge saying I'm being slanderous in a debate or talking profanity, because I clearly had none of that. So, and then I'm getting in trouble for him, for Yaya talking trash. So I'm losing points because he's using profanity that I didn't use no profanity not once, and didn't cuss not once, and remained respectful and had a great Q&A on my side. But I don't know about that one, man. That's a little test.
Okay.
But I guess so. I'm in trouble for cussing, even though I didn't cuss. Okay, that's a new one.
I'm not sure what he heard, or if you did. Half the time I'm not listening, but I'm sure. I know he watched it a few times, so I don't think he's mistaken. But somebody wants the link. This isn't the show for that. Sorry about that, brother. This is the results show. And I'm actually having to send these results over a different way. It said the videos were too big for Gmail, but I got them here now. So let me go ahead and get these downloaded. Go ahead. You can finish talking. I'm listening to you, Silky. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, no, man. That's it's a little bit, I guess, though. So, yeah, for cussing. That's a new one on me in the community, because I'm literally not known for that. I haven't done that actually since I debated Cedric. That was like the first debate for the championship way back in the day.
It was fussing and cussing back then.
And you know what? Shout out to JJ, because JJ was the one that told me. He was like, you won. He's like, they mad because you was cussing. They was like, they literally tried to give me hell just for cussing. They like, you beat the brakes off of him, but you was cussing. I was like, oh, okay. And so he was like, just take the cussing out. He was like, stop cussing. I was like, ever since then, I haven't cussed in a debate. because I try to show, like, you know what I'm saying, some type of decorum, a higher level of, you know what I'm saying, of debate and education and academics when we do these things. You know what I'm saying? It's about putting on. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, doing that. If we're gonna, you know, if I'm gonna do it, I try to do it with a level of respect. At least that's just me. I can only speak for myself.
I don't
Hey,
recall
look,
you
I
cursing
just want to say,
myself, but
I just want to say this too, though, real quick, everyone. The judge didn't say you lost because you cursed. You know what I mean? He actually said you lost because you couldn't prove that the Berber people predated the haplogroup 800. So I just wanted to get that out there. So that way he won't think that he didn't get that first judge on his side because he was cussing.
But when I read the investigation, how many flaws did I show? Do y'all remember?
I ain't here to answer questions. I'm here for
It was I'll tell you, it was 8+. Yeah, man. Plenty flaws, man. I
We're here
read
for the
them. I
result.
gave
We're
you
here
all the
for the
flaws, man.
answer.
But
But
it's
if you
cool,
want
man.
to
Like I
have an
said,
open
I
panel,
was cussing.
if you want to have an open
Apparently, I
panel
was
after the
cussing the whole
result,
debate.
if you want to have an open panel
I
after the
was
result,
cussing the
we can
whole
do that.
debate.
let's get these judge number 2 results up here for you, gentlemen.
My round was full of cuss words, apparently. I think he got, I guess, man, that's
twice.
No, that was Yaya who had all half his rounds were all cuss words. But good job, Yaya. Keep that up.
All right, let's go.
So, good opening. Silky D had his stuff all together. He even adjusted on the fly and was able to get his point across smoothly. Yaya, I love his rebuttal and how he
start this from the top.
So, good opening. Silky D had his stuff all together. He even adjusted on the fly and was able to get his point across smoothly. Yaya, I love his rebuttal and how he set him up, and he already knew where Silky D was going with it, but he just didn't have his stuff organized or in order, so it just didn't transition smoothly. Yeah, he could have had his PowerPoint and presentation a little bit more organized, and then that point he would have made, that rebuttal would have hit harder. But he had to pause and fumble through his stuff, so he just lost his energy and momentum.
I got 3 videos. Let's see what's going on here. I got 3 videos and 2 scorecards, so let's check these out. 59. I'll go to the next longest one, 59.
Round 2, Silky explained his
Let me play the other one. Video file.
But one second, A1. I did want to reiterate.
Great debate.
Hold on 1 second.
Summarize it. I think Silky was smooth, clear, and concise in his presentation the whole way through. He really ain't fumble on his words or his presentation. So in that aspect, he executed flawlessly. Even with the his reasoning behind his stance on the haplogroups, he covered all the grounds. The questioning round, he did good. He got all his questions off. And I think this where I see the separation is the conceding of time. I think time matters. And Yaya lost a lot of time getting his presentations together. He lost a lot of time fumbling on words he didn't know. You got to read up ahead and know these words you finna use and be pronouncing. He conceded time. So I think time cost him. And I'm going to give the battle to Silky.
Oh, okay. So we got one judge who's voted for Silky. We still got one more video to play. My apologies for playing these out of order. When I take it from my phone and bring it over here, like it didn't give it a title. It gave it like a 20-digit number as a name. So
no, you good, A1. But let me also say, not one time did I mention a skull or Jabel, or not one time did I mention that. That's another thing. I didn't mention 300,000 skull. I didn't bring that up. Not one time in that debate.
So I don't know what you're talking about, though. Are you talking about a point a judge made?
The first one he tried to say I was trying to use that. I'm like, I literally didn't even use that. just in case somebody was gonna try to pull that out and try to say I was using it. I left it all the way out of my offense on this one.
I don't remember in the debate what you're talking about, but
I didn't.
take
Not
your
one
word for it.
time did I mention a skull, or like not one time did I like really bring that up. Not one
You're
time.
talking about what Judge Number One said. I don't remember. Yeah. I don't even remember what Judge Number One said. His thing was so long, and I was sharing stuff. The same thing I was doing during the debate, so I couldn't even really comment. I did catch the end, and he said you won. I mean, he said Yaya won. This guy said you won, so we're about to have to go to the scorecards. But first, I want to play his second video. So let's get these together. My apologies.
Oh, and A1 haplogroup stand.
No, do these both say ball game?
Good opening. Silky D had his stuff all together.
Okay, we played that one. We didn't play this one.
Round two, Silky explained his AO and A1 haplogroup stance clearly, and he got his message. He got all his slides into the presentation smoothly, spoke smoothly. I think with Yaya, he's having issues again with his slides, and it's just messing up the flow. It's taking away his time. I don't know if he actually knows what.
That's the same guy. I think that's the same dude.
He's reading.
Yeah, but he getting a statement.
Like, I don't know.
You said you think that's who?
That's the same dude. He talking about how my slides were taking up my time and stuff like that.
This is my homie in real life. The other person, everybody knows who that is. That's Ewok, was the first judge. So it's impossible for these two to be the same person.
You're good.
Well, these are the same person. I just played 3 videos of the same person. Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah, start that video over.
The last 3 videos are the same person, and I had somebody up here live. Yeah, these are all the same. He went over round 1, round 2, and then gave
this the same dude? Oh, okay. I'm thinking this is a different
No.
joke.
Oh, okay. No, my apologies for maybe not clarifying. Silky had interrupted and didn't let me play, so it seemed like that probably to you that I went to a third judge. I was trying to get him to wait till I was finished with this to slide that stuff in there. So that's what my bad. So you see, I'll start it over.
Thank you.
You see why I'll be trying to keep order a little bit, so that way I know it get confused, and that's why I just wanted to finish. But I didn't want to tell you like no. You know
no, you good. You good.
I got you. So this is the same. This is still judge number 2. This is just him commenting on the second round. I played his videos out of order, and my apologies about doing that. Yaya, and that confused you.
Round 2, Silky explained his AO and A1 haplogroup stance clearly, and he got his message. He got all his slides into the presentation smoothly. Spoke smoothly. I think with Yaya, he's having issues again with his slides, and it's just messing up the flow. It's taking away his time. I don't know if he actually knows what he's reading, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if he knows the actual verbiage, I'm sorry. How to pronounce some of these words. So maybe he should have just went through his slides before this debate, because it seems like he just don't know what's on his slides or even how to find them in some cases.
And that is the judge that voted for Silky. So now we're going to have to go to the scorecard since we have a tie with the 2 judges. Let me go ahead and pull these up. If this better not be a tie with the numbers. It's gonna happen one day. Okay, let's get these images up. And since we're on judge number 2, well, we'll start back actually with judge number 1 for Silky D. You got your pen and pad out, gentlemen? Let me get mine out. Let me create a column. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 over here for Silky. This is judge number 1. Judge number 1 for Yaya, we got 6, 10, 14, 12, 13. Okay. And let's go to, where did I save? Did I even save those? Let me get some music in the background for you, some thinking music. Don't worry about it. And if you haven't checked out our game show, Pseudo or Facts, make sure you tune in on Fridays, only at Coliseum of Arguments. I'm all in the wrong inbox. Okay, here we go. Let me save them so I can pull them up as an image. I don't want anybody seeing my whole Gmail. Yeah, feel me. Okay. Judge number 2. Scorecards read. So we got 6 and 13 from judge number 1. 6 for Silky, 13 for Yaya. For Yaya over here, we got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19. And let's go to Silky. I love finding this stuff out on the fly, so I'm just as surprised as everybody else is about to be. I'm on the edge of my seat right now, literally adding up numbers. Silky, we got 5, 5, 5, 15, 5, 5, 5, 20, 25, 29. Okay, gentlemen, let's add these numbers up. 19 plus 13 on Yaya's side. That's 32. 29 plus 6 on Silky's side. That would be 35. It looks like we have a winner, folks. Silky D is the winner, 35 to 32. Not a unanimous decision, but he pulled it through. Wow. If he lost, you know he was about to drag me in this tournament for like a month. He was going to swear it was rigged and everything. This is crazy. You know you was, Silky. He was ready to say that. Like, and I don't care. I don't have no dogs in this fight. As you see, I'm figuring this out with you, gentlemen. I tell the judges, don't tell me. I don't want no Freudian slips because I accidentally have the information. So this is all pure and on the spot. Let's go to Yaya back too. How do you feel about that, Yaya? Let's talk to you first, and then let Silky do a victory lap.
I thought I had 17 on that first card, but I must have mistranslated.
Let's pull them back up. I got them all right here for you, sir. We can definitely double check in case I made a mistake. I hope I don't got Silky celebrating and there's something different. The first card, Yaya, took the negative. You want me to add them up again for you? Let's do that again. This was the first card.
Because
6.
Because 4 plus 4 is 8
17.
plus 6, that's 14.
Up.
Plus that 2, that's 17.
You are right.
Plus that 3, that's 17.
See, I'm glad you caught me. I should have used the calculator and not these sticky notes. So we got 7. Let's add up everything in case I made another mistake somewhere.
Yeah. Let's redo that.
Okay, sorry about that. 8, 10, 11, plus the 6 is 17. He's absolutely right. Glad you caught that. I'm only human. Okay, Silky has ones across the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Silky got 6. This is judge number 1. Let's go to judge number 2. That's the blank. Yaya, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 19. My apologies. Did I speak too soon? And then we got Silky over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 29. Okay, let's add this up again. 29 plus 6 is 35. 19 plus 7 is 36. Oh my God.
Baby.
Silky pulls it off by the skin of his
spoke too
teeth.
early, nigga. Let's get it.
Silky pulls it out by the skin of his teeth. My apologies for that. That was crazy. Whoa. And if you wasn't adding it up over there on your own, this man would have
over, Silk.
That's crazy. My apologies, gentlemen. I'm glad, like I say, you two are finding out with me on the spot. So it's not like I knew this for days. I don't,
Announce the new winner, please.
And we have a winner, folks. The winner by 1 point, 36-35. Yaya Batu.
The esoteric, baby.
The esoteric word wizard on his reign.
Let's get it.
Silky, how do you feel about that?
How do you feel, Silk?
I guess, man. All right, bro.
That's crazy. That's wild. My apologies about the mix-up a second ago.
Welcome to the land of the Bantu.
So how do you feel about the win, Yaya? Did you put him on a poster like you said?
I had to put him on a poster, man. I had to dig him up because I was looking at it. I'm like, hold on, ain't no way. I just counted 17. I'm like, let's rerun that back because he's celebrating.
You let that go for a long time. You ain't even say nothing.
You gotta let him celebrate. You let him celebrate. That's why when you said something, I'm like, man, I thought I had 17. He was like, let's go back.
I'm glad you caught that. My math was way off.
To be absent from the body is to be in the presence of your inner self. I be trying to tell Silky that.
36-35.
This was a close one. You saw it here first, folks.
Shout out to the first judge, man. Hey, shout out to the first judge for giving me all ones. And then now, judge hooking up Yaya. And then that's it. I see that's what's good, man. Appreciate it for cutting
It's rigged, man. Hey, it's rigged. It's rigged. It's rigged.
Silky ones across the board. Y'all got a 1 in there on the question. He got a 2 on the conduct. So that's
see, that's what got him right there. That 2.
So his conduct was better than mine.
Yes, it was.
Man. Yeah,
you had a 5. I had a 2.
Hey, the judge watched it several times. And I stand by the judges. I know they're not biased. They don't have a dog in this fight either. So
to each his own, man. Look, if Silk would have won, look, he was ready to celebrate and say, "That's what I do, man. I kill people all the time. I bury them."
Yeah, okay,
bro. He didn't know that I already had it written down. That's why he said, "Get your pen out."
For a skull I didn't mention and cuss words I didn't say. All right, great.
Hey. If I was gonna rig it, at least I would have made it make sense. So at least say that. I wouldn't have told her.
Close battle, baby. You thought you had me.
I wouldn't have had it be. Hey, but I agree that I don't know what you said that got to them. Again, everybody's meter is different. What's abrasive to someone might not be abrasive to another. So I don't.
And to the second,
but he is going to have an interview, and we are going to get all the deep takes on this. I'm going to let him judge one more, and then we're going to get interviews from him as his favorite moments. And I will be going around to everybody who judged and getting their questions. So you will be able to submit your questions, and we will be getting the answers that you're looking for.
Submit your questions, so.
Hey, leave him alone. You playing off of me.
Hey, look. A1, donate the $50 to Silky D, man. You donate that 50 to him.
Hey, it's your 50. I'll send it to whatever cash app you want, brother.
Send that motherfucker to Silky D. He needed more than me.
Hey, Silky, he said he wants you to have the $50. So send your cash app over before you change his mind.
Be on HOK, everything. Saying it was real.
Man. Yeah, man. Y'all do y'all thing, bro.
So, Silk, how I feel not to be on topic?
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad for all the little ones I got, man. That's what's
how
up.
I feel to be not on topic, bro. Look, man. Shout out to the second judge, right? Because, I was having difficulties, and I couldn't read half my screens, and some of the words was pronounced huge, and I couldn't pronounce those type of words. But it doesn't mean or take from the fact that I didn't understand the meaning of those words. That's why I presented it in my slides. You get what I'm saying? So for the brother to try to step up and say some stuff like that, anybody in the tournament want to go against the Nag Hammadi, let me know, and I'm ready to get down. So my slides will be much better. So you don't have to worry about the difficulty, the technicalities, so none of that. It's going to be straight authentic.
As they say, my offense is flawless.
Bro, you out of the tournament. I don't even want to talk to you no more. I'm talking to the ones that's in the tournament. Anybody that want to go into the Nag Hammadi, let me set up, Phil. You're done.
You know what I'm saying? Called out the flawless offense. So it's all good, man.
Bro, you showed 8-0-0. That doesn't pertain, right, to the topic. You're supposed to prove your people, my people. You're not showing that. And for the second judge to say, oh, Silky D proved his point because he showed the Berber people carry 8-0-0 and 8-0. Bro, that didn't prove that those people predated the Bantu. I proved that the 8-0-0 was in a certain people, the Mbu Bantu, and I proved that that DNA that was in that Bantu certain people predated the Berber people.
No, you didn't.
Come on, man.
You need to stop lying.
I killed you on the pose and I killed you on the scoreboard. What's next?
Flawless
what's
offense,
next?
bro. It's like
I killed you on the pose and I killed you on the scoreboard. What's next?
You couldn't even read your words. You couldn't
what's
even
next?
Get your presentation up,
you
bro.
Lost, you
know what? All right, man. Yeah, good luck, bro.
Next person. Next kill.
Sorry, man.
You died with your kingdom. Die. Next kill, please. Yeah, hop on. People to go cry. People okay.
Advanced. I'm still about to say Silky advances the round. Dang. It's still on the tip of my tongue. That's crazy.
I know that score just killed you, did it? That was crazy, wasn't 17?
Hey, go cut up some clips, Silky, and show the points that you don't agree with on the judge. You can do it over here, or if you do
that boy hopped off immediately and said, man, y'all had that dog. Y'all do. It's rigged now.
That's the last thing it would be. That takes too much time and work.
Man, way too much time to work.
Shit.
Way too much time.
I'm busy enough letting it flow naturally.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, and I appreciate the first judge anyway, because the first judge actually watched it. He watched the debate me and Silk had. He seen that I stayed on topic. He seen that I proved a certain people carry 8-0-0. He seen that I shown that 8-0-0 only established in Central and West Africa, nowhere else. You get what I'm saying? He even watched and shown that Silky standpoint did not stay on topic. He did not at all. You showing investigation of 8-0-0 does not mean that the Berber people predate the 8-0-0 carrying inside of the Mbo Bantu people. That doesn't prove that. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if he would have stayed on topic, showing that his Berber people did predate the 8-0-0, then he had an argument. You get what I'm saying? So the second judge just to agree with Silky D, all because I didn't know how to pronounce words and because I was having technical difficulties. That's it. That's why he said again, y'all having technical difficulties again with his slides, still not knowing how to pronounce words. You get what I'm saying? Things like that. He's not saying that he's not proving his point or anything like that. He's just saying I'm having technicalities. I can't show my full screen, messing up my time. You get what I'm saying? But if I didn't have that, it would have been the other way around. It would have been the other way around. That's why I said from further on now, it's going to be different. I'm going to have better slides. I'm not going to have no technicals. You know what I mean? None of that. You feel me? So that's why I'm challenging anybody that's in the tournament right now to step up and go against the Nag Hammadi. Defend your God of the Bible. I say your God is a false creator. He's not the true creator of anything. You get what I'm saying? And if anybody, a Hebrew Israelite, a Christian, or even a Gnostic, they go against this. You get what I'm saying? Step up. I'm here. I'm ready for the next round, baby. Yaya Bantu, the esoteric. I'm in the house. Ain't going nowhere.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You heard it here first, folks. He's taking on all challengers. Titans Debate League. Bring that smoke. We'll get you a fire background set up. You know, we're gonna get the advertisements right, and we're gonna pump it and do some numbers, baby. It's only up from here. We got Silky back. We have our lives most gracious warrior, Jesse Valdez, the legend in the building. How you feeling, Jesse?
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. I'm doing well.
Walaikum salam.
I'm just here to say, I think we might need to have to do a recount. We have to go look into for Judge One's opinion. I think he might have accidentally mixed up Silk with Band 2. When I watched that debate, Silk obviously won. The Silkster, he didn't come to play with this guy. He definitely beat on Yaya Bantu's top. I don't know how something like this could happen.
Hey, you heard it here first, folks. Allah's most gracious warrior said Judge number 1 must have had his scorecards mixed up.
You got to worry about your debate coming up with Suave, man. For to get your ass beat shit down your leg. You get what I'm saying? So I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Anybody, including you, Jesse, if you want to dodge that debate you got coming up with him, and you want to step in the ring and defend your boy, and you could defend Allah. I say Allah is a false deity. He's not the true creator. Defend your Quran against the Nag Hammadi. I ain't here for the talk.
Brother, the Nag Hammadi is not going to be nothing against the Quran. So, the Quran is a way superior scripture. Y'all don't have nothing on what we have. I'm ready to stand on everything I got. When it's time for me to go against the great Suave loss, it's going to be a defeat. His defeat already happened in the face-off, but I'm going to beat him up some more when I see him in the ring. You can get the same smoke if you want it after, but first we need to do a recount on that Judge 1. Make sure that your win is a legit win, because I think it's ultimately a mistake. Obviously, you did not win tonight.
Matter of fact, A1, bring the scoreboard back on the court for me real fast, so that way we can have this boy counting himself. Because it seems like we don't know how to count.
We don't got to do all that.
I don't have to count nothing. I can see that it was it's an obvious mistake.
So what's 5 times 5?
Judge 1 ultimately got y'all scorecards mixed up. He thought you were the great Silky. You are not him. Silky actually destroyed you, and we need to make sure that Judge 1 is correct.
See, it's a difference between the greatest and the great. I'm the greatest.
Understand? We have a debate coming up January 24th between Suave Boss and Jesse Valdez.
They got
Make
Steve
sure
Blackman.
that you are there.
They got Steve Blackman.
Be there or
Black
be
dude off Mortal Kombat. They got Steve Blackman from WWE versus old boy off Mortal Kombat.
The greatest debater is coming to beat the Suave loss on that night, the 24th. Everybody get ready.
In the early 1990s. And you know who Steve Blackman is? That's who Jesse look like right now on the screen. Steve Black.
He looking sharp right there. He got that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 down. Tell him, Jesse. The best that ever did it. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Put that boy in a tuxedo.
That's
presentations that make these debaters take a knee. That's
right. And it's going to be a two-piece against Suave loss coming up on the 24th. If this brother on here wants to smoke it next. But first, if there's going to be a chance for us to ask the judges a question, I would like to just confirm from Judge 1 that they didn't get that scorecard mixed up.
You don't even have to. You can go confirm it on your own, but it's legitimate. It's locked in. It's over. You get what I'm saying?
Is there going to be an opportunity to ask the judges on their scorecards?
He told
I'm going to be interviewing the judges in about a week and a half. I want to say a week, but most likely I always get a couple days behind. It's supposed to be like a week and a half. I'm about to have judges interviews from Chef Darius, from my dad, who's also a judge, and from the new
Come on, man. Exactly. He even told Silky he could send in some questions if he,
the judge actually was open to taking questions. I just don't want to create a space where they there's any opportunity for my judges to get disrespected. Like they're brave, but I know how sensitive some of the debaters can be especially after a loss. So I'm like, no, like I'm not letting you talk to them. Like, because it's just a bad look for the integrity of my space. If
he got clean off the line.
Yeah, I gotta keep a degree of separation from y'all. Like y'all are higher up.
He thought he won. He was parlaying and everything. That's what you do. You let him celebrate.
Shit, I thought the nigga was.
Come on, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
But in my head, Jesse hopped off. In my head, the whole time, I already knew. I counted it up already. It was 17.
Why you do me like that? Why you was supposed to stop me? Like, hold up. Like right away. Why you do that?
No, because I wanted to see Silky face with him celebrating. You know what I mean? I wanted to see that. And then when he said that, I'm like, man, I thought that was 17.
Like Diddy shit. That sounds like some Diddy would say. I said you was a wild boy, Paul.
You know, I just had to put him out on, but look, he would have did the same to me and he was for to start doing it. You get what I'm saying? Until he realized.
Yeah, I think you took it easy on him. I think you light sauced it because he would still be dragging you right now.
Right, exactly. My point exactly. So, yeah.
Again, I don't have a dog in the fight, and this takes too much work just to get
man,
these people
it is what it is, man.
Being honest about how they feel, let
it was
alone
a close debate, bro. You know what I mean? It was a close debate, you know. It was a close debate. Like I said, the second judge, I agree with my difficulties that I was having on my slides and stuff like that, and the words that I couldn't pronounce and things like that. I agree with stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? I don't take from not having that second judge agreeing on my side. You get what I'm saying? But if you read the card, the second judge actually gave me a better number rate than Silky D. And then the first judge, it was really, yeah.
No, he gave you everything lower than Silky D, judge number 2.
Everything.
You had a 4 on argumentation. Oh, the lowest, yeah. Silky's lowest was a 4, and it was on argumentation.
Exactly.
He gave you a 4 on your evidence.
He gave so that means my evidence. Then his evidence, he gave him a 5 on his evidence. So if you look at it, he gave him a 5 on his evidence, but his evidence did not show.
Oh, I'm about to drop the link for you, Suave. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Put Suave on his. Put Suave on it too.
I guess you're debating Suave next. So
man,
that's who you next in the bracket with.
Because if he gave him a 5 on his evidence, and this man did not show that the Berber people predated the haplogroup 800. Besides, he showed that they carry 80, and the guy didn't even read Silky D source, because if you go back to the debate, the man words were so small you couldn't even really read them for real. You get what I'm saying? And then if you notice, the comments even was killing him and saying that his own source was saying that the Berber people didn't carry this DNA, and you couldn't find this DNA outside of Central Africa. It's many people in the comments that were saying that. So I don't understand how the second judge can give Silky a 5 on his evidence and give me a 4. It just didn't make sense to me.
That judge was making perfect sense. When Silk came through, he ended up coming with some information that basically dismantled your information. One of the points that Silk made.
Show me one slide that Silky showed that the Berber people predated the Bantu. Show me one slide. Show me one clip, Jesse.
First of all, you were coming on with the AAO Hablo group, and Silk dismantled your
clip for me. And you showed me that the Berber people predated the Bantu 800, but I can show you all the clips that were sent to me that I showed that 800 were in a certain people, and that certain people DNA predated the Berber people. I could show that clips in the back chat right now, soon as I get off this live. Can you go on there and show that he showed the Berber people predating this 800, not carrying it, but predating it? Yes or no?
Silk destroyed your whole argument when Silk came with the fact that the AAO Hablo group
5 on his evidence.
Silk came through with the evidence that showed that AAO Hablo group is null and void. The science on it, the science on the AAO Hablo group
was
declared to be faulty.
800 is a false DNA. Is it flawed? No. The debate was, does your people predate that 800? Not is the 800 a false DNA? No.
But when he
That's
declared
how I was able to win, bro. Because I was able to prove that.
When he declared that your A-double-O Hablo group was faulty, when the brother proved that your A-double-O group faulty, it destroyed your whole debate.
You gonna die against Suavo. Ain't gonna be no more Silky Dyke priest, whoever however you want to call yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because you're not a priest. You get what I'm saying? You're a fake Muslim. You're one of the prison Muslims. You know what I mean? You follow Frankenstein them. You know what I mean? You don't really carry the Quran like how you supposed to. You're not a true Quran carry person. That's why
Allah's gracious warrior is the truest of Quran carrying people. Allah has blessed me with the Quran. This brother has never been to the prison. I come to the Middle East. I'm standing up with.
Man, matter of fact,
one mic. Hey, Jesse, shut up. Hey, yeah. Congratulations. Okay, congratulations to you. And thank you to both the bandits for participating. You're a Titan.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Right on, man. For sure. Now it's time for Jesse to die by you. Real talk.
Wait. You're the Titan. I don't think you get the magnitude of what just happened. Jesse. What? Who? You are in the next round against me for $50 US, brother.
For sure.
I'm not here to talk about Jesse and any of that. I'm here to talk to you about what we're doing in the next round.
Okay. Let's see what you're talking about there.
And real quick, before y'all get that conversation going, I just want to remind you the great Silky D really won the debate. We're going to have to review the judges' scorecards, make sure that they had those scorecards directed to the right person, because obviously Judge 1 must have mixed up Silk with Bantu, because Silk basically held a great composure during his match. Bantu was the one cursing. So obviously it must be a mix. So don't celebrate your victory too early. Once again, Silk killed you on the A-double-O Hablo group when he showed that it was a faulty study done on it. So ultimately, Silk came through. You over here talking about debating the A-double-O Hablo group versus the Berber people, and basically he destroyed your whole concept of the A-double-O. Your A-double-O didn't even matter no more because it was dead in the water.
All right, thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
I don't got nothing
Shout
to do
out
with
to the
that,
great
man. I
Silky
hope
D.
y'all get that straightened out and settled. Shout out to A1 for doing such a terrific job on keeping it clean and reading the results as they are presented, and removing himself from the ability to even have anything faulty to do with it. So, yeah, I hope y'all get that straightened out. But yeah. Unless Jesse is incorrect, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's me and you. Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, we're not taking Jesse seriously. One, not to be disrespectful or anything like that. Like I stand behind my judges. I stand behind their decisions. I'm gonna always defend them. I know they take this just as serious as the debaters do. They love what you guys do. They love the art of debate. They're not in the back chat world with y'all. Rubbing shoulders with y'all. They don't have a pick in this either. So, that's the beautiful thing about it. It's not people who you have these long histories with and you have been arguing with for years who you have to come stand in front of and make a case. We all want judges who don't know us from a can of paint, from the league to if you have to go to court. So,
Everyone, please get that Judge 1 scorecard reviewed. I just want to confirm, because I really think that it must have been a mistake. I really think that Judge 1 honestly switched with Bantu or mistaken Bantu for Silk, because like I said, Silk held a good demeanor, and Bantu was the one cursing.
So that Silky didn't curse. That's all you got to do. That's all you and Silky got to be doing right now. Silky's supposed to be back already, playing his first round like I didn't curse here. His second round, I didn't curse here. Why you think he ain't up here? Why you think he ain't up here with that evidence to defend himself in this on the arena at the same show that the judge told him you cursed? Which I don't give a damn about, and I don't think he did his job. But however it goes, yeah. I mean, drop down and go do that work. Allah is gracious, furball.
Your time will come, Mike.
In the ring, for sure, with that 1-2, 1-2-3 combo. Beware, Jesse Valdez is on the prowl. He's taking debaters on left and right, racking up the wins as they come. He's got no picks. And, yeah, check him out January 24th against Suave Boss. Give these two a round of applause for being brave enough.
I feel like you, not Jesse. I think he got our introductions mixed up. Suave Boss is the one who's taking on debates left and right. Jesse is the one who hasn't debated yet. I'll see him.
I just want to point out that, I took an automatic win when Mike didn't show up on that debate. So, I'm already gaining my wins over here without even having to do the work. You're next.
Did somebody say they need me to show points? Did somebody say they need me to pull out points of where I'm killing at?
That's right.
I think that's what somebody said.
Is that what you want to say?
Silk is,
I mean, that's what I'll be doing. I'll definitely be playing my round. And look, I didn't curse here or here. What you doing?
You need me to do that? I mean, didn't we all watch it together?
Man, no, I don't need you to do shit. Do you need to do it? I mean,
I don't need to play the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna play the whole thing. Okay, bet. So I'm gonna play the whole thing, yet? And we're gonna see where I curse at. Okay, by your standards.
Hey, look, I'm about to get out of here.
Hey, do it over here. We'll get you. If you want another different host, I got you. Set it up who you want to host. I want to play the whole thing, do the whole recap, and put the judge on trial.
Would you like to do that, Suave?
But at the end of the day, look, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to thank A1, the judges, everybody for the results, man. I thank y'all, man, for allowing me to advance in the second round. You feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. Much respect to A1, to his channel, to every judge, everybody that's watching. Man, I appreciate everything, man. Much love, much respect to everyone. You get what I'm saying? No doubt. One love, A1, bro. I'm gonna holler at you later, all right? No problem.
Appreciate y'all patience with the process.
Yeah, congrats for real, though, yeah.
Good debate, cuz.
Unless shit get overturned in the
fifth. Damn, Silky, man, you let Yaya tear your ass up. I told you that nigga was gonna beat your ass. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, hey, he only won. He won by 1 point.
I know he won by 1 point, but that 1 point was enough to get him over.
That 1 point is an ass whooping. That's what you would call it.
Yeah, and once again, I think we just need to make sure that scorecard is the correct one. I honestly think that Judge 1 mixed up the scorecards with Yaya Bantu and Silk.
Well, he'd actually have to prove it was a shootout. You know what? Hold on, wait. Look, can I talk? Him saying I cussed when I literally didn't cuss not one time. Can I talk?
Yeah, let's let Silky get it out, y'all.
Yeah, like y'all that triggered? Like, is that's what it's coming down to? So once again, decorum, demeanor. I didn't cuss not one time in that whole debate. I haven't cussed in like the last 6 debates. I can't remember the last time I cussed in debates. I'm literally the guy that's telling everybody else, yo, you need to cut out that cussing out and bring more academics. I'm going to be the first one to say less cuss words, more sources, more scholars, more information. That's what I do. Okay. Now, apparently somebody got it in their mind that I was cussing all through my rounds. I was trash talking all through my rounds. But it's got to be a mix-up. Shows different. But let's roll the bean.
It's got to be a mix-up.
Since you want me to show footage, we can roll it. I got it right here. If y'all want me to pull it up, if y'all want me, if we got. Well, it's not about you, Morel. It's not about you. So, Suave asked for that request, so we can pull it out and roll it back and see how many times I cussed. Since you're claiming I'm cussing, like now I'm getting a fake charge put on me now.
Here's what we're gonna do though. So here's what we are gonna do. Because the judge just asked, "Hey, do you want me to come back up there and kick it with him?" Like he said a little.
I mean,
but hold on, let me get it out. Then I'll let you guys go. If he does come back up here, I'll let him take a couple questions from you real quick and give you a brief response. But we will set it up for a debate review. Like I'm not opposed to that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I don't have a dog in the fight, and I'm not hands on in this process because I want to keep it pure. So I kind of try to step back and leave it alone as much as possible. You know, absent of the scorecards that I've instituted and things like that. Like I try to just let them do their job and not bug them. I don't even message them to say, "Hey, are you done?" Like I don't want them feeling pressed or nothing. Like
I feel you, but
so we can do that. You know? Because I'm not saying you crazy either. I'm not gonna just say like, "Hey, you crazy," and get out of here. Like we can look at it. You know,
I made sure to put on good behavior in that debate. I made sure to put on an exemplary.
I agree with you, and that's why I'm saying like, let's take it. We can take a second to review it because it's a learning process. Go ahead, Laurel.
Just vulgarity.
Who used that on? Who was using that on? Who was that on?
See, I don't know what you said that rubbed him the wrong way. You might have just been saying shit at the end of your sentences like that, and that could have been it. Like I don't know. Like I don't know, bro.
It could be something as simple as you being condescending when your opponent is deliberating information or trying to question you.
My dad took off points from what's the name in your debate. Yeah, we'll get the recap in this week for sure.
I'm trying to tell you what it could be, bro.
They don't want me to source up, so I'm not about to. I ain't about to go out there.
Silky in the building. We're gonna do a review on it and
because number 2 though was saying I had a flawless offense. Hey, can I talk, bro?
Judge number 2 was fucking with you. That's my homie in real life.
Yeah, shout out to Judge 2 for saying I had a flawless offense. That's what I do it for. I do it for everybody to say that's what a flawless offense look like. So already, man, big ups to him. You know what I'm talking about?
Hey, it's funny that everybody doesn't like the judges who don't like them, I guess. And everybody loves the judges who like the judge that you love right now is somebody else who he voted against. And they like, man, fuck him. Like, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it goes. But I see it from the bird's eye view now because I'm not in the arena with y'all on the ground floor. So I'm looking from the skybox so I can see it now. It's like,
but this is really about demeanor and decorum.
I thought your decorum was amazing, bro. If I was a judge, I like if I was a judge, that's not what I would have said. But I'm not a judge, and I instituted people who, you know how it goes.
Yeah. Sympathize with them and shit. We ain't with all the hallmark court shit, man. That shit tighten up, man.
He said, tighten up.
Offense put up 35 points. We just needed the defense to keep them out of field goal range at the end of the game.
Oh yeah, hold on. We got Brother Lavelle on the panel. Let's let Brother Lavelle give his thoughts, comments, or ask his questions. We do have Silky D up here. Well, we don't anymore. Y'all, the two debaters are gone. But how you feeling today? What's your thoughts on the situation? Okay, whenever he gets back to the phone, we'll put him on.
You on mute, bro. Brother Lavelle, you on mute.
You're muted again. It came off and it went back on mute. Okay, you on mute.
There you go.
There you go. You're good now.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. How you feeling today?
Peace to the chat, man. What's going on?
Peace.
Man, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. Peace to everybody, man. Hey, man, I heard we have a Muslim on the line on the panel, and I'm trying to get that smoke, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to see what's happening.
Hey,
where'd he go?
Assalamu alaikum. This brother's gonna have to wait in line, but I'm ready anytime.
He coming back
okay, come back, Brother Lavelle. I didn't kick you out of here, but you did just drop off.
He want that smoke. He coming back.
Yeah, pull back up. I'll change the background right now. You say less. Allah's most gracious warrior, Jesse Valdez.
And we letting you know right now, we getting Brother Lavelle full endorsement. Naga is standing by.
Hell yeah. It's Naga up.
Already, 318.
Niggas already know it's Naga up. Yeah, niggas I already know. But hey, man, I just have one question for Jesse, right? I want to know, Jesse. Hey, man, peace. How you doing, brother? Assalamu alaikum, all that good shit. How you doing, brother? Hey, I'm trying to figure out, bro. I'm trying to figure out, is Muhammad your prophet, right? Your prophet Muhammad, your beloved prophet. Is he an actual real person? Like, did he walk this earth? Did he talk to people? And if so, what did he look like? Like, in all actuality, what does he look like? Like, what does Prophet Muhammad look like?
We don't have depictions of the Prophet Muhammad because he wore a veil.
He wore a veil.
He wore a veil.
Cover his face. He's known for covering his face. And Islam don't have images. We don't draw pictures of the Prophet's face. They're against that pagan concept that they had Jesus.
He wore a veil, like
exactly. He wore a veil.
Like
Are you serious? Like the women do, right?
There's depictions like Moses.
See, the Most High to kick that nigga the fuck off.
Hey man, look at here, man. These niggas be jumping to. These niggas are idol worshipers. You know what I'm saying? And Naga gotta kill that shit. Naga gotta kill that shit, man. We gotta kill these idol worshipers, man. These niggas are idol worshipers. They love Allah. They love the Lord. They love all this foolishness. And these niggas have no backbone. God is light and light is electromagnetism. That's what I got to say to these niggas, man. For real.
Hey, Black Power, man. Shout out to the panel, man. I gotta stand with Jesse and say I think the judge had it confused because I just rewatched it and Silky didn't cuss once. And as soon as Yaya got on the stage, he started cussing like a fucking pirate. So I do see a legitimate investigation that need to be launched into that.
Assalamu alaikum.
Man, fuck.
I was just saying that we don't draw pictures ideally of the Prophet Muhammad. We consider drawing such pictures idolatry or idol, it leads to idol worship. So you're not going to find too many depictions or pictures of the Prophet Muhammad.
And brother, that's what you are. You are an idol worshiper, brother. You worship idols. Muhammad is an idol, brother. He's not an actual person. He never walked this earth.
We don't worship the Prophet Muhammad. We don't worship the Prophet Muhammad. We only worship Allah, the creator of the heavens and earth. And you can go visit the Prophet Muhammad's gravesite.
Do you follow Hadith?
You can go visit his gravesite.
Do you follow?
Yeah,
the Sunnah,
we follow
right?
Hadith.
You follow the Sunnah,
Yeah,
right?
we follow the Sunnah.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
we follow
right.
the.
So that's Muhammad shit. That's Muhammad shit, right? That's not the Quran shit. That's Muhammad shit.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. So you do follow Muhammad.
So we follow the actions of the Prophet Muhammad. We do follow the actions of the Prophet Muhammad because the Prophet Muhammad, he was one of the fine example that Allah has left us to follow. So yeah, we do follow his actions. And this has nothing to do with worship. We make sure that all worship is due to our Creator of heavens and earth.
Right, Jesse.
Right, you follow an imaginary character, right? Just like Jesus, right? So I got you, cool. So
if think about it like this, if it's an imaginary character, who wrote it? If it's an imaginary character, why do we have such a long, extensive line of people who literally wrote about the Prophet Muhammad? The Prophet Muhammad is one of the most.
Why he didn't write nothing about himself though, brother? Why he didn't do no penmanship on his own?
He's the most written down human character that history has to offer.
Brother, why he didn't do any penmanship?
Peace, everybody. Rise and shine. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. We are about to play the judge investigation, so nobody move. I let Silky challenge the judge's results because it was questionable. And I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed with the breakdown from Ewok. He gave him a slide by slide, went into exactly what was said. And I think at the end of it, Silky wished he hadn't challenged it. It only made him look worse. But I'll let you guys be the judge of that. And Oli is about to pull it up right now. Listen up, Titan family. The Coliseum of Arguments is officially opening the vaults, and this is your chance to win a piece of league history. We're running a massive high-stakes t-shirt raffle, and these are not your average tees. We're talking an ultra-exclusive, limited edition, premium custom apparel that you can't buy anywhere else. Once they're gone forever. We're keeping the stakes high and the odds completely in your favor. Here's how it goes down. Tickets are only $2. The limit, $40 or 20 tickets per person to keep the playing field fair. The odds, we're picking a brand.
Sorry, we are back. Sorry about that. And I was just going to say real quick, we have 7 slots left for the tournament. We already have 9 contenders in. So
Slots are filling up fast. DM me or email me at titansdebateleague@gmail to get into Clash of the Titans 1.1. We are starting in July with the face-offs. And again, we have 7 spots left. Spots are filling up fast, so get at me, folks. And here goes the judge's investigation, where I let Silky challenge the judge. You can go ahead and play that.
Talk to them seeds, but you must demonstrate. Cause it's your ways that they gon' imitate. Now I'm violent. Sometimes I wish I would've went
And gentlemen, this Saturday, January the 3rd, the arena becomes a battleground. In the left corner, a secular scholar armed with history, logic, and cold hard analysis, the architect of arguments, King J. And in the right corner, the heretic of hidden knowledge, the preacher of the unseen, the challenger of orthodox belief, Dwayne, aka Darkness. 2 worldviews, 2 intellectual titans, 1 question that shakes the foundation of faith itself. Are Christianity and Gnosticism the same thing? This is not a sermon, this is not a lecture, this is intellectual combat. History versus revelation, scholarship versus esoteric truth, canon versus hidden knowledge. Only one side walks out with the narrative. Don't blink, don't miss it, because when ideas collide, only the strongest argument survives. King J versus Dwayne, aka Darkness, this Saturday, January the 3rd.
Make sure you are there. Yeah, we got a packed schedule for the next 30 days, man. We're going to be finishing this tournament out. We got about 5 or 6 exhibition debates. Make sure you're tuned in and you hit that bell so you get a notification every time we go live, because you're not going to want to miss any of these debates. 2026 Titans, this is our year. And shout out to y'all. Titans stand up. Okay, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the arena, where words are weapons, egos are on the line, and no verdict goes unquestioned. Tonight, the smoke hasn't cleared. The echoes of the last clash are still ringing, and one man is not letting it go. Silky D is back, and he's not here to debate his opponent. He's here to challenge judge number 1. Was the decision a clean call, or did confusion creep into the scorecard? Is the judge standing on firm principle, or is Silky D struggling to accept a hard-fought loss? Let me bring myself up on the big screen. There I go. There I is. The question hanging in the air. Tension is high, pride bruised, and the court of public opinion is wide open. Because in this space, judges can be questioned, decisions can be challenged, and narratives can be rewritten, live and unfiltered. So lean in, lock in, and ask yourself, was justice served, or did something get lost in the ruling? This is not a rematch. This is not a recap. This is to challenge the verdict. And welcome back to the Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate League. And I am your host, A1, leader of Team Titans. Silky, how you feeling today? Go ahead, tell them, for the people who don't know, let them know who you are, shout your people out, and tell them what's going on with the situation.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Silky Kingdom. Y'all already know how we do. There's no other. We over here bringing it up to the judges. We gonna you know what I'm saying, we got a few allegations and statements that are made. So we gotta see what exactly is solid and what ain't. You know what I'm saying? And it was two judges, and one saying, I'm flawless, and the other one trying to say this. So, yeah, just with the two. So that would kind of be a split. So we got to kind of, you know what I'm saying, come to the resolution on this.
Wait, say that again? I wasn't understanding what you were saying about a split.
I was saying how we only had two judges, right?
Correct.
Right. So one judge was, if any, is one-on-one. This was one on each side. So, for one to trump the other is kind of like, how does that work?
That's not how my system works. But I explained it to everyone a few times in the beginning and along the way. In the event of a tie, and I think I explained it before we started the results show, actually, as well. That in the event of a split decision, we go to the scorecards and we add up the score. Whoever has the most points will be declared the winner. The only way that I do get a third judge is if there's a split, and then there's a split with the numbers, and there's a direct tie there as well. Maybe not like the other leagues that you're used to. They be trying to say that I'll be copying, but there's some originality over here. So, shout out to me. Go ahead, pat myself on the back one good time. I don't do that too much. But back to you with the rest of why you wanted to challenge.
We definitely got a few questions, because even it was brought to my attention that I had got a 1 for performance.
I remember that.
That was another major uproar in the community right there. Everybody was like, "Whoa, how did you get Silky a 1 in performance?" that's a whole nother can of worms.
And you were saying that you don't cuss in any of your debates, right. That was
so the profanity part. I will tell the people I cussed 2 times, but I didn't cuss at Yaya at all. I actually cussed at it was Neo, because I messed up on a word. But outside of that, it wasn't nowhere near directed towards Yaya one bit. As a matter of fact, it had Neo's name on it, so they can't really count that against him if it got somebody else's name on it. So. Yeah, if they even want to stand on those 2 cuss words, so that's all they got. So literally, like, I watched it last night. I cussed 2 times, and that was at the same time. I was like 2 cuss words back to back, but it was about me messing up the word. And like I said, I said Neo's name after it because it was towards Neo.
And you're absolutely correct, because what I did afterwards was we were watching it, and I got about halfway through. We were watching it on double time. Me and the council, I have a round table that helped me come up with some of the decisions.
There you go.
We sit down and go over stuff. People that aren't even involved in the tournament. So it's actually really dope. But we were reviewing it, and I'm like, you know what I can do halfway through? I'm like, you know what? I can copy the transcript, paste it in the chat GPT, and they tell me where every cuss word is in the whole thing. So yeah, you're right. You only did curse 2 times. So, I had some questions for the judge as well with what he meant by saying you were cursing. And
then by that same logic, but by that same logic, now we got to count up how many times did Yaya cuss.
See, yeah, we'll get to all of that. I want to see what he meant.
Yeah, we got to do the same. Hey, we got to be held to the same standards.
I think he cursed. I think he actually cursed 22 times, or something to that effect.
You did look it up. Okay.
Yeah, I had a curse word counter and all of that. So
it was quite an abundance, especially in that second round. I believe he was dropping major bombs. It was quite a few.
And these weren't intellectual bombs. What kind of bombs were they?
They were all cuss words.
cuss words, F-bombs,
profanity,
S-bombs.
vulgar language.
I heard a couple got like one goddamn me.
There was a lot. If you play the video, you go to the first and second round is horrible for him. Yeah, he's cussing all through it. Like he said, they was cussing like a pirate, like a sailor.
Now is that goddamn me? Is that St. Louis lingo?
No, that's what Suave said. I think the other night, talking about how he was cussing. If you play it, he's dropping a lot. He got majority profanity in his offense than information.
Yeah, I did notice he was cussing. I think I had to step in and speak up one time and say language. So I'm not sure how the judge scored that. If he was, we're about to get into that.
And then by that part right there, if the judge is saying I'm the one being the most, saying so-called profanity, why am I at the bottom of the scorecard? Why am I getting the one and why are we getting equal amount of profanity when he's clearly dropping a whole lot more than me? When he's going above and beyond with profanity and I'm not even cussing.
Yeah. For him to call you out for cursing, we're going to have to replay his judgment. What I'm going to do is get him up here. He's asking for the link right now. And I'm going to let you voice your grievance. Then I'll go with my questions, and then we'll let him go. Uninterrupted, of course. You know what I'm saying? I don't want last thing I want is you two arguing. So if you can refrain.
No, I'm not going to argue with him.
Direct all your comments to me when he comes up here, just out of respect for the league and the system.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with him.
Yeah. Hold on one second. He said send it in the text, but you didn't give me the number. Okay, sorry about that. My bad. You can go ahead, Silky. I'll cut you off. And while we're waiting on that, let's go to another word from our sponsors.
In every debate, there's power, passion, and purpose. Titans Debate League isn't just a podcast. It's a movement, a place where big ideas collide and voices that matter are heard. But to keep this arena alive, we need you in our corner. Your support through Cash App isn't just a donation. It's an investment in truth, in dialogue, and in community. Every dollar helps us bring sharper debates, stronger guests, and bigger opportunities for growth. And here's the best part. When you give, you're not just supporting us. You're standing tall as part of the Titan family. We see you, we value you, and we appreciate you. So if you've ever felt inspired, challenged, or entertained by what we do, show some love and send your support to $Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Again, that's $Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Together, let's keep this debate alive, keep the fire burning, and keep the Titans rising. Have a blessed day.
Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Tigers. Hear the sounds of the trumpets. Start the rounds in the garden. Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Titans. Hear the sounds of the trumpets. Start the rounds in the garden. Get down or lay down when we storming. This the clash of the Titans. It's the clash of the Titans.
Okay. We have Silky D back up here. He dropped off for a second. And we have Judge number one. How you feeling today, Judge number one?
I feel good, brother. How are you? How's my audio?
Audio is amazing today. Crystal clear. The format we're going to go with this today is I'm going to let Silky, me and Silky were already up here chopping it. We started to this live about 20 minutes ago. I'm going to let him voice his grievance. I had some questions too, based upon his grievance. And then we were going to let you go ahead and have the floor uninterrupted. He would direct all his questions to me. The last thing I want is any of the debaters arguing with the officials. So just out of respect for the league and everything, he'll direct his questions to me. And, let's get into it. Complete transparency for everyone in the league, and especially big homie Silk, because he's, I consider Silk a friend. So let's get into it. Silk, it's on you. You're muted.
Okay. So are you saying Yaya showed better decorum and demeanor than me in a debate?
I'm not going to answer any questions about Yaya, brother.
Okay. Well, okay. So you're in the debate when the investigation was brung up, and we was talking about
And hold on, real quick. Could you ask your questions in a line so that way he doesn't have to actually respond to you, that he can respond and give his thing? I'm sure he's taking notes the same way he was on the debate. And we are actually, I'm going to get him to go over the scorecard and go over each section. So we're going to get to all of that. If you did have questions on that, that's going to get explained. I want that to be broken down. Why? Because that was one of my questions, but we'll get to that.
Right. I'd like to ask him about I believe his words were frequently inappropriate language. I believe is what he said about my rounds.
Okay, I thought he accused you of cussing or something in there. We're going to replay that too. So we'll get to that. Keep going.
Well, inappropriate language.
Ain't nobody else is. I'm taking notes.
Inappropriate language would involve cussing. But so what I really wanted to figure out though is if who was cussing more, and if how are you saying I was cussing when I didn't cuss once, and I really didn't use no vulgar language. Well, explain to me the vulgar language that you said I was using in my debate.
We're gonna get to that. What are your other questions? I'll write them down. Inappropriate language. How were you saying that he was cussing?
You're saying my conduct was worse than Yaya's, or I guess as bad as his. You're saying that part. I don't even know, but you're saying my conduct was bad, and you're also saying my performance was bad too, because you gave me a 1 on the performance. So did you give me a 1 straight down on everything?
He did give you a 1 straight down on everything. And my question was because of the cussing, I wanted to know. I think you got a lower score. I'm gonna pull up these scorecards too here shortly, but I wanted to know the conduct score. How did you score the conduct? Because it seemed like what's the name had like 22 cuss words to Silky's too. So I was just curious how that came about. Did you count the cussing against them, or was that part of the conduct? I know some of my judges don't count cussing. Some of them don't count smoking. Some of them do. Go ahead though, Silky, and then we'll get to.
That's a great point you make right there, A1. How many cuss words to how many? What's the numbers?
It was like 20-2. So go ahead. I watched the whole tape over, and I did a AI count. But go ahead.
Okay, hold on. So we got.
So I can keep writing them down.
Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, so we got 20-2, and the scorecard reflects what for that part, for that portion?
I think it was like 1-1. I think it was a tie, or it was 1-2. Maybe he had. I can't remember. I'm about to pull it up here shortly.
Yeah,
but I got a
definitely
pen
do that
right here. I want to focus on that. Then I'm gonna pull it up.
So that's just a few right there to start with.
I'm muted. What else you got, Silky? That was everything?
I mean, so far, I don't want to bombard y'all with too much, just, you know what I'm saying, so fast.
So fast. You're silly. There wasn't that much.
I'm also, listen, I'm also not going to go back and forth about a particular thing. So if he has 10 questions, then get those 10 questions out. If question number 3 creates a new question, and I'm not playing that game to every question. That's ridiculous. I have answers for him. I'm here.
He's not here to debate the judgment, but he is here to answer some questions. So get your questions out so that way we can get some answers. So,
well, that's what I was asking. That's why I just wanted to stop at the hot little 3 right there, because I felt like, you know what I'm saying, like I said, once again, I don't want to bombard you with a bunch of information. So,
well, I'm going to take that to mean that you don't have any other questions, because what I don't want to do is create a dialogue. So in the attempt to keep some type of format and order, we could either do it like this or...
Okay, so let me lay out the questions. The question is, how did you judge me getting a 1 on the card, and I don't know what you gave him. I don't know if it was a 1. I don't know if you gave him a 1 or a 2 when he clearly used abundance of profanity more so than me, and even the profanity that I even used wasn't even towards him.
We went over that. Did you have anything else?
And his statements was, I was frequently using profanity the whole time, was his exact words.
Okay, those are the same two I got down. Inappropriate language. How are you saying he was cussing? We only really had you cussing twice.
And then he said my performance was lacking.
Was my question. So
and the performance, because he gave me a 1 in the performance also, and the whole 1 all the way down on the scorecard. I would kind of like a little bit of, you know what I'm saying?
Save your scorecards.
I mean, he gave me a 1 all the way down, so it shouldn't be that hard.
No, I saved your scorecards in this folder somewhere. I just have to. Oh, here they go. Okay, got it. Boom, there goes 1. And I'm glad that Cash App is still spinning because I don't want to pull them up just yet. A little suspense for the audience.
How far are you from Super Chat status?
I actually already hit my hours. The monetization thing is like 5 days behind on what it shows. This morning it showed I need 80 hours. Yesterday I got like 120, but again, it's like 5 days behind. So I've already reached it. Any day now, I should be able to get the Super Chats. Probably tomorrow. If not, a day or two shortly after. I appreciate you asking. I'm on my way. We've been working really hard. We've only been a channel since August 16th. So we just closed out 4 months on the YouTube space. And we've already made a lot of ground, a lot of headway. I'm new to the game, so I'm learning a lot. That's why I don't mind doing things like this, bringing this little judge review, keeping it transparent for everybody who's involved. We're all in this together. We're one big Titan family, so it's not even a big deal. I don't do a lot of other spaces and places do a lot of this stuff behind closed doors. But I say for what? If everything's really on the up and up. And I'm here to serve the people, so let's get into it. This is the scorecard that you had for Silky. Now, which one did you want to? I'll go back and forth. This is Silky. Let me take these comments down. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out Pandemus. Shout out Random Info. Shout out Shay Bay in the building. The whole Barbarian clique. Shout out to the Titans. Shout out to Team Naga. Okay. And we are in here. For conduct, he got a 1 from you. And on, how do I switch screens?
Yeah, let me pull it up too. What do you mean when you say you're going to go back and forth? What does that mean?
I'm sorry, I don't know. You were talking to me?
Oh yeah, okay. That's what I thought you mean.
Oh, I mean back and forth between the scorecard.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so he got a 2 on. Yaya got
talk to you. I'll talk to you in private about Yaya's score if you want it. Okay. But I'm not going to justify my scoring of Yaya to Silky. And Yaya doesn't have a problem with his scoring. I don't think that that's appropriate to do. I don't think it's proper.
Well, let's get into it. Now, you muted up. Okay. And you said that you have some timestamps too to show some things as well. But
I got a couple.
Now you have the floor, and I have all his questions down.
Yeah, I had a couple timestamps. The most important timestamp was the one where he did cuss. I mean, he put a lot of effort into explaining that he hasn't cussed in 4 or 5, and he also said 6 debates yesterday. And he actually cussed in that debate, and I didn't criticize him for it. I didn't bring that up. So I wanted to find that timestamp, but you already have it, so it's not important.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have the timestamp, but you already know that he did cuss in that debate.
Yeah, he cursed 2 times in that
debate.
Okay. No, you got the floor. He wasn't asking any questions or going back and forth with you. We were letting you do your thing.
Oh, I thought you had a question lined up for me.
No, I didn't have any. I was just letting you cook. I already asked my question. My question was really about the low conduct in light of somebody else cursing. But you,
okay.
But it's on you.
The conduct. Let me clear up what I actually said first.
And we can actually play it. Do you have that timestamp as well?
No, I don't.
I can find
it. For what my judgment or for his
for debate? Your judgment. Well, yeah, in the original.
No, I have it right here in notes, man. I can just read it again. It only takes a second.
Yeah,
I summarized.
Go ahead.
No, what were you about to say?
I don't want to start talking. If you have something on your mind, I want you to get everything that you need to say out before I start responding to you.
Well, you just kind of brushed over the fact that Yaya had 20-something plus cuss words, and I had 2, and you just try to double down on those 2 cuss words that you just presented that I presented. But me and A1 already went through those 2 cuss words that you're trying to stand on, and those 2 cuss words aren't even towards Yaya.
Yeah,
well,
I'm not. No. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
I was going to say I don't think he brushed over anything or doubled down yet because
I didn't brush over anything.
Hasn't even explained anything yet. We're about to get to that part. So
I didn't brush over anything. I didn't take a stand on anything. I don't even care that you cuss. I didn't bring it up, man. And this is why I didn't even want you present because you can't control yourself, man. You're a loose cannon. What I'm extending you a courtesy, and in return, I expect courtesy from you.
Can I speak?
Let's go.
So first off, how do you know me? And how do you know I'm a loose cannon? How would you know that? And second of all, I've been letting y'all talk the whole time. Y'all are literally talking the majority. I'm talking the least. So how are you trying to call me a loose cannon?
A1.
Hold on.
A1.
Yeah, now we got to stop because that's a bunch of fallacies and a few statements that I'm not going to let fly past. Nobody's talking the least. I'll let you get the floor first. Then I was to ask my questions. Then he was supposed to have his time. It seemed you've forgotten the format that I laid out in the beginning of this before we got on here and that we're actually involved in. So what I don't want is you going back and forth. And what I also said, because now you're going back and forth with fallacious statements. So now it's getting real weird. So let's cut it out because I don't want to have to drop you down to get to the bottom of his explanation, which you're making it very hard to do at this point. Let's stop doing that. Nobody's brushing anything over because nobody's gotten a chance to explain anything. So that was fallacious. Then you just went into another fallacious statement. Let's cut it out. Nobody's talking the least. I set out a format and we're trying to adhere to it. And you talking right now isn't even part of the format, but you continue to try. And then accuse us of not letting you talk. We had a format, bro. Do you have anything else to say before I continue to get back to the format that I started with?
Did he not just ask me to get something out? I could have swore he asked me that. He said,
wait, that's not what I wanted. So even if you should have said, hey, we got a format. How about you do that? You can do that too. You can hold to the rules that we're trying to adhere to in the conduct too.
My mic is muted, FYI.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I don't want is players arguing with officials. But let's get into what I don't even know where we were at. The fallacious statement threw me off.
I'll jump right in just somewhere and we'll cover everything eventually. So in my judgment, I went round by round, and before I announced my decision, I summarized whether Silky D did what he had promised to do by taking on that resolution. My words were, the affirmative did not establish that Berber populations predate haplogroup A00, nor did it argue consistently within the scope of the resolution. The affirmative engaged in frequent and extreme inappropriate conduct, language, and on-screen violent imagery. And then I went on to summarize the negative.
Okay, can I ask you some questions about what was the violent imagery too?
On 3 occasions, he made a gun image toward the camera, and on 2 occasions, he verbalized gunshots while he was doing it. And he did it in connection with claiming to have killed all the tribes. I killed this, I killed that. And then he made the what I consider explicit violent rhetoric.
Okay, I understand that. Go ahead. Continue.
So the first thing to get out of the way is whether I claimed he cussed. I never claimed he cussed. I never said. I knew that he did cuss. He actually cussed on 4 occasions. And just to demonstrate, I know he was struggling with the word autosomal, and he said, "God damn it, I can't fucking say it." And then he repeated "God damn it" and "fuck" later on in the debate. I took that note down, but I didn't make an issue out of it because there were so many other issues. My decision would have been 15 minutes long, trying to iron out every single thing that he did. So I got to the point where he's bankrupted his position, and I said, that's what I'm going to summarize. And I tried to just be general about large blocks of conduct. So he engaged in frequent taunting of the other opponent that were clear ad hominems. And one of the things that a lot of people believe about ad hominems is if you just simply insult someone, that's an ad hominem. And I suppose traditional usage, you could say that, like just general usage. But technically, if you incorporate an insult into your argumentation and you use it to negate the other person's argument, that's an ad hominem. And he did repeatedly through the debate.
So you're saying it's one thing to insult, it's another thing to insult to negate. So that you're creating the differentiation there.
I'll give you an example. Yahya said at one point that you're a clown and some other insults. And then Yahya made his argument. He never integrated the insult that you're a clown into his argumentation. That doesn't matter to me because that's Yahya's inappropriate conduct. And I counted that against Yahya. When I said that Silky engaged in frequent inappropriate conduct, I'm talking about these comments that arose to being ad hominems.
Did you have any, I know you said you had some timestamps. I'm not sure on what subject or category, or was that for the breakdown of the...
Just give me a second. I want to, hold on.
Walk me through it. I'm walking with you.
Surface, bare bones, inappropriate comments.
I'm sorry. All I heard was surface, bare bones.
That's me talking to ChatGPT. That I kept my notes on there. So those just a quick list of where he essentially taunted Yahya about his mental processing. Comments like, "I don't know why you can't comprehend that through your head. I already shot you, keep that inside your head, comprehend that in your mind. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have is a clear case of low comprehension. He has no clue about what he's reading. He's clearly outclassed." Now, statements like he's clearly outclassed, to me, that's just gamemanship. You know, he's talking trash, he's chest thumping. And I don't really think by itself is inappropriate. In fact, I enjoy it. Comments like, you're dead here, or I killed this or I killed that. That's just gamemanship, and it comes along with the community. It's just color. But when you start using it as argumentation, and he started out a whole round, I think it was round number 2, with ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a clear case of low comprehension. This is a compound fallacy. This is poison in the well, and it's an ad hominem.
Where my sound?
This is really common with him. He had what would I call it? A compound. He would make compound errors his errors would be multi-layered. And I'll give you an example because I'm going to say compound error a lot when I'm talking about him. So yesterday, after I gave my decision, he said he accused me of cussing. Okay, so I didn't. So that's one layer of an error. Then he taunted Yaya for not being able to say some technical or like really big words. That's another error because the one time that he actually did cuss was when he was struggling with the word autosomal. And it's like, wow, this is really a pattern with him because I noticed that same thing. Every time he had an error, it'd be a compound error. In this case, he's poisoning the well. He's speaking to the audience. Hey, guys, this dude is dumb. If something's wrong with how he processes information, and that's why I'm winning. That's why I'm going to win because he's dumb. This is the argument that he's making that's embedded in that statement. That's an ad hominem and it's poisoning the well. I don't know why he thinks that I should overlook that. And then he has no clue what he's reading. He's clearly outclassed. I don't have a problem with that by itself. He can say that a million times, but when you wrap it into everything else, it becomes a problem. He told Yaya, you're not comprehending what you're reading. I killed all the tribes, and then that's when he made the gun gesture. He misrepresented the investigation, suggesting that your haplogroup was under investigation. Your haplogroup is Fugazi. It was found guilty, associating negative adjudication with a dispute between two research teams, which happens all the time. And they weren't even disputing whether the haplogroup A00 was at the basal position on the Y chromosome tree. They were disputing the methodology and dating it. And both dates negated Silky's position. One date was 200,000 years. The other date was 300,000 years. Both of them don't work for Silky. I bet you didn't know your little haplogroup got busted for being dirty. This is another poisoning the well. It's not my fault your stuff came back fraudulent. Comments like that happening multiple times in the round where he's incorporating it. He's getting these comments to do argumentative work for him. And if you just say something like, hey man, you're dumb. By the way, here's my argument. That's just an insult and it's inappropriate conduct. But when you say something like, you can't understand my argument because you're dumb, now your insult is doing argumentation. You've integrated it into your argument, and that's when it becomes a classic textbook ad hominem. So this is I characterize that as frequent inappropriate language. He thinks I was suggesting that he was cussing, and I could have said the same thing about Yaya, even more because I noticed that Yaya cussed as well. But both of them need. Do you remember when we first agreed to do the judging? I agreed that I would stick around and give some commentary and some advice and talk about some opportunities that I noticed after I listened to it. But we didn't get a chance to do that because I was tied up and I had to bounce right after I gave my decision. A lot of this stuff would have been captured in that conversation, and it just didn't. Things like neither one of them had their material appropriately cited. The technical difficulty that Yaya was experiencing was a problem. And all of these things I took into consideration when I scored them and when I gave my decision or how I scripted my decision. What's your next question? So that's I got on-screen violent imagery. The on-screen violent imagery is also captured by the extreme inappropriate conduct, smoke in several joints on screen, extreme inappropriate conduct, and the frequent inappropriate language is captured. And those are my comments, and I'll read it again. The affirmative engaged in frequent and extreme inappropriate conduct, language, and on-screen violent imagery. And I think I just answered all those.
Yeah, you answered all my questions. I don't got no more questions. I only had the one. You got that. With the way you broke that down, very eloquently, might I add. I'm glad I waited. Shoot, this was better. This is the best episode I've been in. You feel me? Dang. Okay. Because I really was like, I'm thinking that there is no answer for these questions.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Woo.
You see, from my perspective, I'm listening to him commit non sequitur every single panel. Nothing that he had followed to his resolution, and his resolution couldn't be drawn. I was being generous to him. I could have been a lot worse, but that wasn't my job. My job was procedural.
I heard you say panels. I know you kept calling slides panels earlier.
Yeah, my bad. How do you identify the whole thing as a? Well, let me tell you what my language.
The panel is all the people on one show. The presentation. Well, all of the slides together create a presentation, and then we call each of the like this right here. This would be considered one slide, like his scorecard.
All right, and then the individual ones I can just refer to as screenshots.
Yeah, like he had 4 screenshots on one slide. Yeah.
All right. That makes sense. I'll do it that way then. So each screenshot, I'd say I would estimate about 8 out of 10 of his screenshots were non sequiturs. And it was, okay, well, do I get them for 16 non sequiturs, or do I just aggregate it and say there's a non sequitur? Then there's the ad hominems. Then there's the poisoning the well. Then there's the violent imagery. Then there's the smoking weed. Then there's that he didn't even argue inside of the scope of the resolution. He didn't even try. He didn't even. Then he was misusing the material that he was presenting. Then the material he was presenting contradicted him almost on every single slide. There was a lot for me to juggle, and it's my first time giving a judgment. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just try to capture this in the most non-offensive, dry way that I can. And hopefully, it never occurred to me that no one else would see these problems. And I just think it's insane that he has a problem with that, considering the argument that he brought.
I'm not gonna lie. One thing I said about my tournament as a debater, I love it. I've learned more about the debating from listening to the judges in my tournament than I've learned in my whole time as a debater. Like you guys, like you just said, it's funny that people aren't seeing these things, but like you guys are bringing stuff that I never even would have thought of. Like, so yeah, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like that makes perfect sense to me now. This whole scorecard.
Yeah, let's
appreciate you for being brave enough to step up here. Well, you said that from the beginning that you don't mind doing that.
Yeah, let's have a look at the
Let me
Can I say something? Hello.
Go ahead. What did you want? You have a question or a comment?
I
was going to let him finish. Oh, he's not finished. He's about to keep going.
He got more. I can't break down the first one. I can't address.
Well, so if you attempt to do that, we may never get to the end of it. Am I correct?
I thought you want to get to the truth, right?
You will have the truth comes when you have your chance to speak. It's not like anybody's stealing the floor from you. I want him to be able to actually finish. This is like back chat.
You see how resistant he is to being courteous?
This is like a back chat interruption where you're trying to force somebody to stop and not let them finish their statement.
Well, I'm just asking when I get to go because he kind of went for a while.
Of course you would get to go when he's breaking down your complete scorecard right now.
Yeah, well, I already told you, man, I'm not interested in having a dialogue with you. We got your questions together and I'm answering all of them. Okay, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm not changing my decision. Your performance is what it is. History's already recorded it.
I just had a few questions.
Listen, figure out how to change your performance in the past, and I'll change my decision. That's not going to happen.
I just got a couple of questions about some statements you made.
See,
Just
that's what I
write
said a
them
minute
down,
ago.
and then at the end, I'm gonna let you get them all out, brother.
Bro, that's what I was saying.
It
He's
won't
going
be
to
a
hear
back and
answer
forth
number
though, but
3
yeah,
and then have another question.
yeah, it won't be a
You
back
know,
and
I have
forth,
stuff.
but everything that you want to know, write them down. We got
He
you.
said a good talk already, so I'm kind of like trying to keep, you know. So he just
Now
said, man,
it's been like a 3-minute dead space of us just going back and forth about why you can't interrupt him in the middle of him breaking down your thing. That's what just happened right now.
Well, that was after the fact that he already went for a hot little second.
But because he's breaking down your thing, would you let him finish and then you can respond to his complete thing instead of?
Go ahead.
All right, so on the scorecard, the first one is performance. Now, when I look at his performance, the first thing that I looked at the scorecard is what do you expect? Very nervous, unclear speech, frequent pauses, lack of eye contact. I didn't really take the lack of, even though he was on camera, he was looking at his screen, and whenever he got a chance, he would look at the camera. I didn't really hold that against him. Definitely didn't have frequent pauses until later on in the debate, and he wasn't very nervous. But then when I look at number 2, it's some nervousness, occasional pauses. It's not really clear, but what captures the impression I got from him is at number 1, because he's definitely not number 3, clear speech. And then I go back to number 1 and it says unclear speech. And that captures 100% what I experienced listening to his debate. I don't know how people, I listen to mine on the iPad, and I listened to it a couple times while I was driving. And one of the reasons I end up listening to it so many times is because I was unclear about what he was saying at any given time. And that was particularly when he was reading his evidence. And in between his evidence, he would do a couple of things. He would taunt his opponent. He would do the bravado chest thumping thing, which I don't have a problem. I kind of enjoy that. He would make statements that were absolutely unsupported by the information he just read. And I could always tell when that's what he was doing, even when I wasn't looking at the video, because it would be clear. But when he was reading, it was absolutely unclear what he was saying. And even if you were reading, sometimes I would read along with him when I was watching it, and he would skip over 3 and 4 words at a time. And
So
then there were,
how many times did you watch this debate over?
a half a dozen or more.
Okay.
Yeah. So the only score for performance that made sense to me was 1. Now, organization, absolutely disorganized. The biggest one is the one he thinks is the home run, the investigation from. Now that one needs a little bit of background. A research team, Mendez et al., and I'll just call him Mendez. The opposing research team is Elhaik, Elhaik. So Mendez is the group responsible for identifying / discovering A00 and placing it initially at the basal position on the Y chromosome root. When they published their work, Elhaik, another science team, criticized how they went about dating the A00. And then Mendez responded to that criticism. So that's the background. What he did, he skipped over the original publication. He posted first the Elhaik criticism because it had a flashy title: bioformatic investigation, the haplogroup that isn't that thing, the ancient haplogroup that wasn't. I forget the exact title of it. So he started with the criticism by Elhaik of Mendez, and then he also included Mendez's response to Elhaik, and he treated them like they were one group arguing against A00, and neither of them have any problem with A00 being at the basal position on the Y chromosome. In fact, the very first sentence in that material establishes that A00 is at that basal position. And then the very next sentence says, what we're going to argue about, I'm paraphrasing, what we're going to argue about is the dating. We think that they got the methodology wrong. We think that it's 200,000 years ago, not 300,000 years ago. And they were very, very clear about it. And he didn't notice that. That was the absolute most disorganized presentation of evidence that was possible. And all the rest of his how his evidence was situated, he would have a Google search result that would state clearly, you're wrong. Because his position is A00 is the youngest. He said that a couple times, and I mentioned that. He had a Google search result that said, no, A00 is the oldest. That occurred twice, but they were in different parts. And it was just the way he had his evidence laid out just wasn't coherent. There was no fluidity to it. There was no clear structure to his argument. He was just reading stuff, and then he would turn to the camera and declare, that's why I'm right. It was almost as if he argued Yaya's position. So I don't know how I would want to give him something less than a 1 as far as his structure, because the organization is very disorganized, unclear structure, difficult to follow. I end up watching this video multiple times, not because of Yaya, but because his presentation was difficult to follow. It was difficult to listen to him, difficult to understand where he was at, difficult to make sense of the material that he was using because it didn't align with what he was telling me. And I don't know how I could even have given him a 2. So I found him very disorganized. I found his structure unclear, and I found him difficult to follow. And that's why I gave him a score of 1 there. On evidence, start at the 1 position. Little to no relevant evidence provided. He quite possibly had 0 evidence for his position. If you go through his slides, and I will if there's time, or even if it's necessary, one by one, I could demonstrate for you how this either argues Yaya's position, it argues something that's completely irrelevant to that conversation. It demonstrates that he doesn't understand that discipline in science, or it's absolutely meaningless. I don't remember one piece of evidence that could be used to establish that the Berbers predate the haplogroup A00. Not a single piece of evidence. So it wasn't just little to no, it was just no relevant evidence provided. And he had enough unsupported claims to last us all to the end of days. So I scored him a 1 on that as well. Obviously, those 2 things, the organization and evidence, those culminate in what his argumentation is going to be. He had weak arguments, poison in the well, non sequiturs. He even committed 2 non sequiturs in the question and answer round. The ad hominem attacks. There was no. It wasn't even that there was no significant logic. He had significant logical flaws, but there was no significant logic that was observable to me. It's absolutely easy to be refuted. I could go right now and point to you, screenshot by screenshot, why this is wrong, why this is wrong. It wouldn't take long at all. We'd almost be done by now with his entire presentation. And he had no rebuttal to Yaya's claims. Yaya made, admittedly, Yaya's argument was bare minimum, or just better than bare minimum. That's not enough against some of these other debaters that I've listened to. But it just happened to be enough against Silky because Silky was helping him. That's why they both had the same evidence. I don't know if anyone else noticed that. They both had the same evidence. They both had Mendez. They both had the same evidence for this was the Oscar Lau and the David Comos about the GP4 PG model that tracked the emergence of the Berber people, the origination of the Berber people in North Africa, the Back to Africa movement that they both talked about. That was a scientist, Oscar Lau and David Comos. They both had that. They both had the Mendez thing and so on. The reason they had that is because Silky was providing material that worked for Yaya's burden in the resolution. The questioning was ineffective. He asked the same question several times. To Yaya's credit, Yaya answered those questions even when it revealed that he didn't know something, and it never went anywhere. I don't know if Silky was relying on me or the audience or the other judge to connect the dots for him, but he would ask, are the Pygmies indigenous to North Africa? That has absolutely nothing to do, yes or no, has nothing to do with the burden that he has. And so he did ask questions, but the answer to those questions, yes or no, didn't help him. I don't know what those questions were meant to do, and that's not my burden to argue for him in my own head. And then, of course, we've already been over the conduct. That's why I scored him 1 on questioning. It's just completely ineffective, and I scored him 1 on conduct. We've already discussed that.
Got you. Yeah, you satisfied your burden with me on the question. I appreciate you taking the time to do this today. And as far as I'm concerned, the ruling stands. Titans. Yaya will be advancing to round 2. Salute to Yaya Batu. And if that's all you had, Il Doctor, and if you want to make some closing statements, and then I'll take any questions that Silky had.
I don't know, man. What are we going to take my word that I can walk through this presentation screenshot by screenshot, and when I'm done, he'd be left with no presentation?
You want to do that? You want to blow his Silky, did you have some questions first, and then
I got questions,
each of that,
and we could definitely set that up. And if he falls, it overturns. But hold on,
brother. Okay, I'm not a debater. I'm not here to debate. I don't want to debate. I don't enjoy it. And I'm answering. I'm cutting it off as soon as I can. Don't ever consider me as a potential debater. I don't want to do it. I don't enjoy it.
Nobody said you was a debater. So I just wanted to say though, so in your own statement, in your own words, you brought up Oscar Lau, right? About the evolution, about the migration, about the Amazigh, right? About the Berbers coming back from Eurasia, right? And that's at 20,000 years. So are the Bantu 20,000 years old? Yes or no?
Don't answer that. This is what we're not about to do. Actually, Silk, I'm happy that you did that, because this would be the example of why I will be picky and choosy when we do this. And if I tell a person no, they're just gonna have to accept it, because you don't get to put him through a question and answer round. You had 10 minutes, and this is what your scorecard reflected. And now you want to have another question and answer round with the judge, and I'm not going to allow that. That's really disrespectful. And at this point, hold on. At this point, you should just be mad enough to say, "Hey, I'll get him on the next one." But you're continuing to do this, and this isn't a good look for you. This isn't what winners do, and this isn't how winners take one on the chin. Pause.
He brought up Oscar Lau, and in that exact source, that's an evolutionary biologist.
It's over. I've already made my statement. So continuing to argue with him won't do anything, and I won't allow you to do it.
Yeah, that's great.
I appreciate you, but I did give you the courtesy of coming here for transparency. He met my bird.
Right.
I didn't shoot my questions to him ahead of time. That was all on the fly and on the spot. I appreciate you, brother. I don't want you to feel challenged, but
the judge that said I was
is
flawless.
really dope.
I get okay. So this judge trumps the other judge that said I was flawless.
Okay. I don't know why he's trying to overtalk me when I'm trying to give a shout out to the judge. I don't like muting people. Let me bring you back, and then let me finish my thing. But what we're not about to do is even go over this any further. Not at least on your end, Silky. It's over. I don't want you to continue to be a sore loser any longer than you have. I'm trying to do you a favor. Tighten up, baby. We'll be starting the second tournament 1.2, or maybe I'll call it 2.0 in about 30 days. So better luck next time. Shout out Silky, great showman. Definitely got, brings that flair to the stage. It was a heck of a debate. And Silky, Yaya won this by the skin of his teeth. He only won by 1 point. So it's not like he didn't dominate him in this. So that's why I don't think Silky should even be taking this like this. This guy barely won by 1 point. Il Doctorin, it's on you. It's just me and you up here. Silky dropped off. I didn't kick him off. You dropped.
All right. I was just testing the water temperature, man. If you want to go through his presentation, or if you think that it would be helpful or enjoyable for your audience, and talk about why each of his screenshots just didn't work, I'm willing to do it.
Okay.
If it's not necessary, if I made my point, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
I think you've made your point, but I think you've made your point. I don't want to hold up too much of your time today, man. This was one of the most amazing episodes Coliseum of Arguments Titans Debate League has had thus far.
You know what? There is something that I do want to do.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Can you pull up the actual debate from that day? I want to illustrate just the absurdity of having to judge something like this and then being accused of being biased. Like I want to show you an example. I want to show you an example of the absurdity that I dealt with in his argument.
Okay, where do you want to go to? Do you have a timestamp?
You know what? Let me pull it up real quick. Okay. I got to even get back to the.
Take your time. Oh wait, this was the result show. You wanted to pull up the debate.
Yeah, the actual debate.
Let me get back to the actual debate. Again, if you are on YouTube and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe at Titans Debate League. Let me blow this up real quick so y'all can get a good zoom in on that. We're at 530 subscribers in 4 months. So, we're doing our thing. I'll be monetized in a few more days. Appreciate y'all. But until that super chat button comes up on the screen, make sure that you donate to that Cash App. You go ahead and run that one time so we can one time for the one time. Yeah, for the low price of $1. You can feed 22 kids in Africa.
In every debate, there's power, passion, and purpose. Titans Debate League isn't just a podcast. It's a movement, a place where big ideas collide and voices that matter are heard. But to keep this arena alive, we need you in our corner. Your support through Cash App isn't just a donation. It's an investment in truth, in dialogue, and in community. Every dollar helps us bring sharper debates, stronger guests, and bigger opportunities for growth. And here's the best part. When you give, you're not just supporting us. You're standing tall as part of the Titan family. We see you, we value you, and we appreciate you. So if you've ever felt inspired, challenged, or entertained by what we do, show some love and send your support to $ Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Again, that's $ Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Together, let's keep this debate alive, keep the fire burning, and keep the Titans rising. Have a blessed day.
Get down or lay down when we're stopping.
Shout out to the DJ on this one. Yeah.
Hear the sounds of the trumpets. Start the rounds in the
I'll be in here doing a running man to these songs. I don't even know.
Down or lay down when we stopping.
Back to you, Ill Doctor. Back to you.
All right, brother. Can you if you can pull up that the debate and just go to 56 minutes?
Okay, I got you. Where was I at? Let me zoom out on here. What do you see on the screen over there?
At 56 minutes.
No, hold on. I'll just.
I'm not even
okay.
looking
It's
at
still
screen,
showing
brother.
my.
I'm always
Cash
juggling
app.
stuff.
Sorry, it's still showing my cash app. Let me find this video for y'all. How far ago was it? Yeah, I think we gotta go back in here. And you said how far into the video?
56 minutes.
56. Gotcha. And here we go. 5555. We'll start there. I like that number.
Yeah, that's it. If you look at the second screenshot, throughout the entire debate, Silky claimed A0 is the oldest and A00 is the youngest. And here's a one piece of material he presented. This is not Yaya's screen. This is Silky's. It says A00 haplogroup is the oldest Y-DNA haplogroup, not A0. Now, that's directly contradicting himself. But here's the thing that's absurd. He read that. If you listen to the debate, when he got to this point, he read that. And this occurs that same, and then it talks about the discovery. See what happened, the background story to this is initially A0 was. And when they identified, when Mendez discovered and identified A00, they placed it in different places on the phylogenetic tree to see how it would make sense. And it only made sense at the basal. So that's where they placed it. And when they placed it there, it became the oldest. That's why every time you see it, it talks about the discovery. Before the discovery, A0 was the oldest. But since the discovery, A00 is the oldest. And that's in 3 different screenshots that he used, and he read all 3 of them. There's another screenshot on here.
Rewind time. Yep, we're pulling back up some of the slides with judge number 1. And let me just tell you, y'all better be happy this guy isn't a debater and he's just a judge, because I think he would smoke half of y'all without a slideshow. You heard me? Go ahead. It's on you. My bad. My apologies. I got carried away.
I can't find it offhand. In fact, let me see if I kept it in my notes, man.
Extensive notes. That's what I like, man. This is, I wasn't expecting you to be so amazing of a judge, brother. I'm really
apologize
impressed.
for interrupting you, brother.
No, I said I wasn't expecting you to be so amazing of a judge. I'm thoroughly impressed.
I appreciate you saying that.
Easy, so.
There's can you go to 32 minutes and 54 seconds?
32 minutes and 54 seconds. Whoo! Timestamps. I love receipts, man. Virgo loves some receipts. 32 minutes and 52 seconds. Let's get there. Okay, this is 32:36.
Humans, chromosomes, various extents of clades, haplogroup A are most exclusive found in Africa. Okay, then the known branches of A.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna let it play.
Are A, AOO, AO, A1A, and A1B. But after the revision of the country AOO came out, they made AOO the basal lineage. And the basal lineage is the root. Let's keep going to the next one.
Did you hear that?
Northwest Africa, place of origin. Northwest.
Did you hear him?
He said the basal lineage is the root.
No, he says AOO. The proper way to say it is A00. This is another thing too that I wanted to mention. I don't have a problem with someone saying AOO. That's not an issue. That's why I didn't bring it up. But just to distinguish between what Yaya grasps and what Silky doesn't. Yaya even mentioned, listen, sometimes it's called A00 or AO, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it AOO. Like, I'm paraphrasing him. So Yaya demonstrated several times that he really understood the material that he was saying. he had trouble saying what was that one word? Epipaleolithic.
Existentialism, something like that.
Yeah, he had trouble saying demonstrably too. Everybody has trouble saying demonstrably.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you when you approach the word, you think of demonstrate, but when you say it properly, it brings to mind monster. And you really, if you're not in a academic setting or around people who use words like that, you're never going to hear how to say it correctly. Part of my advice, if I had a chance to do that commentary, I would have advised both of them to, when you have words in your presentation like that, to practice them out loud, not just in your head, because your mind will say it and you will breeze right by it and you'll understand what it means. But if you don't actually say it physically, when it comes time to say it, you're going to struggle with it. Don't let the presentation be the first time you say demonstrably, or the word that I still have trouble with, epipaleolithic. So
that was it. Yep, epipaleolithic, not existentialism.
Yeah. So what he just said is A00 is the basal lineage. He just said that because he was reading it. His entire position that he assumed is that A0 is the basal lineage, not A00. That's the youngest. But he just said A00 is the basal lineage because he wasn't paying attention to what he was reading. If you look to the right of the screen, you see a phylogenetic tree for the A haplogroup. At the very top is A00. This is Silky's slide. You see the screenshot all the way to the right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the phylogenetic tree, and it shows you right at the top A00.
Yep, I see it right there at the top, right under Y chromosomal atom.
There's another, but the absurd one that I wanted to show you is I can't find it, but it's in the debate when he mentioned LOD. I think it was in the second round, if I'm not mistaken. He mentioned L0D haplogroup. The reason that's absurd is because L0D is a mitochondria haplogroup. And we're talking about Y chromosome groups, which are a paternal lineage. Mitochondria comes through our mother. So when he read that, and I got to the point where I was reading along with him, I had never heard of it. I had never heard of a lot of this stuff. I learned a lot judging this debate. So I looked up L0D and I was surprised that this is a mitochondrial haplogroup. It's not even a Y chromosome haplogroup. And he was using, this is what he, quote, killed the Corson with, end quote, is the L0D, the mitochondrial haplogroup. Brother, that's just absurd for him to have an issue. And that's his argument.
Amazing breakdown, brother. Amazing breakdown. One of the best I've heard thus far. You came to me with great recommendations. And, they didn't tell me that you were this dope at what you do. Again, I'm thoroughly impressed and I appreciate you and your time. And other leagues would only be lucky to have a judge like you around. I'm going to say that, even the comments reflect that. Everybody loves what you're doing, how you're doing it. So keep up the amazing work. Welcome to the Titan family, and we appreciate you. Again, give them a round of applause.
I'm a Titan fam now.
Titan fam, brother. Titan,
all right.
you got some merch and everything, man. So yeah, you definitely part of the fam. No,
I'm with it, man.
Appreciate you, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, hold on one second. Did you have any closing? Let's get some closing remarks from you, real quick.
I didn't get a chance to greet everybody with peace, love, and respect. And I want to do it. I want to do it in a divine language that's used by angels. Ingloyiba Dorikwanda Oro Oyugumundi Wakamani. I greet everybody with peace, love, and respect. And I invite you all to share friendship with me on a pathway to family.
We appreciate you again, brother. Appreciate your kind words and your words of wisdom, and shedding insight onto that debate and giving us something to go back and study and look at. You made this debate even more historic than these gentlemen thought it was when they left the arena. And for that, we appreciate you. Again, let's give judge number one a round of applause. And with that being said, there you have it, Titan family. The tension was heavy. The emotions were real. And yeah, Silky ran off hot. No victory lap, no closing statements, just raw frustration and unfinished business. I think he was looking for an overturned judgment today when he came in here, and it didn't go that way. So maybe, we'll see what happens, 1.2 or 2.0. I haven't decided what I'm going to call the next tournament yet. We'll be starting in about 30 days. So buckle your seatbelts and get ready for the ride, because we're about to do this all over again with some fresh names and some fresh faces. Round 2 will be starting next week. Let's be clear about one thing before we shut this down. Silky is still family. Disagreements don't erase respect. Passion doesn't cancel brotherhood. And in this space, emotions run high because people care. Sometimes debates don't end with handshakes. Sometimes they end with fire still burning. But family can argue. We can clash. And family always has a seat when they're ready to come back to the table. So whether Silky cools off tonight or circles back another day, the door is always open to you and everybody else who's, has had a moment of emotion on this channel as well. You know what I'm saying? These doors are open to you as well. This platform isn't about cutting people off. It's about letting truth, tension, and growth play out in real time. We appreciate everyone who tuned in, locked in, and stayed for the moment, not just the highlight. Until next time, stay sharp, stay respectful, and remember, the debate never really ends. You feel me? Shout out to you, Titan family. You guys are the best. We're going to end with a song by Connie's son called Same Heart. I usually listen to him on Spotify, but you can check him out, or he's on all platforms. Anywhere you listen to music, you can find Connie's son. Go ahead and head over to that Facebook and tell him A1 sent you. And here's Connie's son, Same Heart. And my outro, treat your smile like your money and never let them steal it. Have a blessed night.
We was together, down for whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart, and I would've never holding it level. Think about letting that thing spark, knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart, and they the one taking the aim for it, and I'm the one taking the blame for it. They ain't got no shame in the game for it, till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hate, you gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking, you gon' pay for the time that you hit on women, you pay for the time that you flipped on family. Karma gon' come your way, young nigga. It can be any day, young nigga. The way that you played your hand, I forgive you, but back in that same boss, can't forget you. Killing my mentor, tell your little brother the issue. How did we go to them pistols? Know I'm official, know that I try to uplift you. Kinda knowing that I miss her. We was secure, never whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart, and I would've never holding the level. Think about letting that thing spark, knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart, and I'm the one taking the blame for it, and they the one taking the aim for it. They ain't got no shame in the game for it, till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hate, you gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking, you gon' pay for the time that you hit on women, you pay for the time that you flipped on family. One more hate, it really ain't gon' matter. More pale lips, just me, more chatter. Can't hold hands going up no ladder. I fall from up here, then my shit gon' shatter. I'm putting on for my whole family, but we on a different road, family. You told folk that I told family, but I never did folk when the folks had me 100. I never been faking frontin'. I told younger nigga make him something. You told younger nigga take him something. And he the one that took that from his cousin, and that there got the whole family fussing. Got big sis beefing with her brother. Even through it all, still know I love you. But every second I think I trust you out there. I'm smart in the game. You made it hard in the game. I'm loving, I started the lane. I'm hard as they came. Melody target they brain and they draw like a martyr with flame. How far I done came. You was not part of the blame. You was just part of the strain. You was so grimy that niggas ain't wanna come fuck with me, but that's just part of it. And I'm the one taking the blame for it. They the one taking the aim for it. He ain't got no shame in the game for it. Till I come back around with that pain for it. You gon' pay for the time you was hate. You gon' pay for the time you was dirty macking. You gon' pay for the time that you hit on women. You pay for the time that you flipped on family. We was together, number whatever. How the hell did we just fall apart? You was my brother, know that I love you. I would've gave you my own heart. And I would've never holding it level. Think about letting that thing spark. Knowing that we got the same heart. It's crazy we ain't got the same heart.
Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, January the 3rd, the arena becomes a battleground. In the left corner, a secular scholar armed with history, logic, and cold hard analysis, the architect of arguments, King J. And in the right corner, the heretic of hidden knowledge, the preacher of the unseen, the challenger of orthodox belief, Dwayne, aka Darkness. Two worldviews, two intellectual titans, one question that shakes the foundation of faith itself. Are Christianity and Gnosticism the same thing? This is not a sermon, this is not a lecture, this is intellectual combat. History versus revelation, scholarship versus esoteric truth, canon versus hidden knowledge. Only one side walks out with the narrative. Don't blink, don't miss it, because when ideas collide, only the strongest argument survives. King J versus Dwayne, aka Darkness, this Saturday, January the 3rd.
Amazing news! At Titans Debate League is now looking for interns. We are expanding our team and seeking driven individuals who are ready to make an impact. We're on the hunt for talented people to join our marketing team, a charismatic new host, and creative minds who can produce amazing content. If you have a positive attitude and are used to winning, because that's what we do here, then we want to hear from you. Join us and contribute to a culture of excellence and success here at Titans Debate League. Email us today, titansdebateleague@gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.
Where Infinity Gauntlet is a mere toy compared to the intellectual prowess build and destroy the cipher. Intellectual sword to slice you, or whatever device you recommend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Titans Debate League, presented by the Coliseum of Arguments, where ideas don't just clash, they collide. This isn't a conversation, this isn't a panel, this is intellectual combat. In one corner, the voice of the radical reinterpretation, the challenger of ancient frameworks, the man who says divinity isn't in the clouds, it's in the creator of civilization itself. Suave boss, a man bold enough to declare the black woman is God, not a metaphor, not symbolism, foundation. And in the opposing corner, a defender of revelation, a believer in submission to the one, a man standing firmly on divine law and sacred text. Jesse Valdez, a Muslim, a monotheist, a man who says Allah is God, singular, eternal, unmatched. This is not about insults, this is about worldviews. The black woman versus Allah. Who is God? History, identity, power, spiritual authority. Are you not entertained? Every era, there are contenders. In every generation, there are challengers. But once in a while, a force steps forward that doesn't ask for debate. She demands it. Who will debate Naphtali?
One of the fiercest female Hebrews on the scene today. A strategist with scripture in one hand and logic in the other. She's been racking up victories coast to coast, panel to panel, platform to platform, leaving broken arguments and silent opponents in her wake. This isn't hype, this is a track record. She doesn't come to exchange talking points, she comes to conquer territory. Now she steps into the coliseum of arguments, where ideas collide, egos crack, and only the sharpest minds survive. No prisoners, no safe spaces, no intellectual shortcuts. This isn't pro wrestling, this is mental combat. Worldviews tested under pressure, claims weighed, not shouting, receipts required. So the question isn't if she's ready, the question is, who's ready for her? Who will debate Neftali? Are you not entertained? In every debate, there's power, passion, and purpose. Titans Debate League isn't just a podcast. It's a movement, a place where big ideas collide and voices that matter are heard. But to keep this arena alive, we need you in our corner. Your support through Cash App isn't just a donation. It's an investment in truth, in dialogue, and in community. Every dollar helps us bring sharper debates, stronger guests, and bigger opportunities for growth. And here's the best part. When you give, you're not just supporting us. You're standing tall as part of the Titan family. We see you, we value you, and we appreciate you. So if you've ever felt inspired, challenged, or entertained by what we do, show some love and send your support to $ Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Again, that's $ Titans Debate League at Cash App today. Together, let's keep this debate alive, keep the fire burning, and keep the Titans rising. Have a blessed day.
Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Tigers. Hear the sounds of the trumpets. Start the rounds in the garden. Get down or lay down when we're stopping. It's the clash of the Titans. Hear the sounds of the trumpets. Start the rounds in the garden. Get down or lay down when we're storming. It's the clash of the Titans. It's the clash of the Titans.
It's your boy Oli, man. Just go ahead and get up out of here for now. Thank y'all for coming in, watching Silkiest with the silkiest behavior. And we'll be right back at you shortly. Make sure you stay healthy, hydrated. It's hot out there. You know, that's very big. Take care of yourself. Treat your smile like you treat your money, like my man A1 saying. Hey, the Coliseum will be open for business here shortly.
Let's pause the noise for a second, because if you're still here right now, you're already different. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone understands real debate, real scholarship, real intellectual smoke. But you do. This is Coliseum of Arguments. This is Titans Debate League. And what happens here doesn't survive on algorithms. It survives on the people who believe in it. When you support through Cash App, you're not just donating. You're fueling the arena. You're the reason we can bring in high-level guests. You're the reason we keep unbiased judges. You're the reason these debates stay sharp, fair, and uncompromised. This platform is built by thinkers, sustained by supporters, protected by the ones who know value when they see it. If this show has ever sharpened your mind, has ever entertained you, or has ever challenged what you thought you knew, then Cash App is how you say, keep this going. Not everyone contributes, but the ones who do, they're part of what makes this real. Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate League, powered by the people who get it.
My heart is bleeding in a pool of blood, I'm drowning. Yeah, my heart is bleeding in a pool of blood, I'm drowning. I look in the mirror.